towards the tail.
192 Albion Park, the big one, the Group 1 Railway Stakes, not far away. On track, Sniper's Bullet firmed in 2 points to 11s. Your favourite on track is the 6 Famous Romans, had good support into $5.50. We'll take a break and they'll be back $26. So this is a ripper. The favourite on track is the local Famous Roman into $5.50 from $8. This is Group 1 action. And looking forward to it here on Sky Racing 1, the Railway Stakes worth $1 million.
There's now set. Ready to go. The Carlton Draft Roll Stakes racing. And the first away, Grand Nirvana, Famous Roman, and also getting out quickly is West River Charlie soon after the start, and Gathering's going to push on as well from Impressive Journey and Megatick. Clueless Angel and then Colour Correct set up in the middle by Harvey soon after the start in a compact field. Inarticulate Sniper's Bullets out there pretty wide early on. Getting back on the inside behind them soon after the start is God Has Spoken in company with Trusting and also Triple Honour. They're followed by Tarzi For Your Eyes Only, and settling down last is Black Piranha. At the 1,000-metre mark they go, and the leader is Gathering. 3/4 over Megatick. Impressive Journey a little wide running third. West River Charlie is on the fence in 4th spot, then Trusting beautifully placed in the middle by Winks over on the outside next of all Sniper's Bullet, so he's 3 deep, the reigning railway winner. Grand Nirvana's over on the inside from Famous Roman, and then came Colour Correct. He's been closely attended here on the outside by Inarticulate Tarzi starting his run at the 600. God Has Spoken getting held up back on the inside with Clueless Angel, well back to Triple Honour and Black Piranha. For Your Eyes Only is last of all, coming to the 400, about to straighten for home and Gathering, ridden along by Williams, the leader, a half length to Megatick. They're clear by 2 lengths. Impressive Journey, West River Charlie. Sniper's Bullet struggling. Then came Trusting, Grand Nirvana, Famous Roman starts his run. Colour Correct can't win. Gathering though kicks away. 150 to go from Megatick, West River Charlie, Famous Roman, but it's Gathering in front, and Gathering wins it for Patnack. Gathering wins the Railway Stakes from Famous Roman. Camera third, Megatick, or Grand Nirvana, Impressive Journey, Trusting running on. In behind those came God Has Spoken, Clueless Angel, Sniper's Bullet. Finished well back with Triple Honour. Colour Correct didn't fire at all. For Your Eyes Only was next home. Then Black Piranha back in the field in company with Tarzi, and Inarticulate is one of the last of them home. Gathering has done it from start to finish. Ridden by Craig Williams. Number 11.
In Perth, the Group 1 $1 million Railway Stakes. So, Ronnie, the Patnack Farm juggernaut really is gathering momentum.
It certainly is, Joe, and a deserved win yesterday because I think they had about 5 Group 1 seconds over the spring and in big majors as well. So they deserve to win a big one. Look, I know they're tall poppies in the business, but look, they pour plenty of money in and they deserve to win a major.
His winning ways after a raked carnival at Flemington, Gathering with just 52 kilos on his back yesterday, winning richest race of the year in double.
The ordinary. You know, the surprising part about it, you had horses like Megatick going forward, but, you know, it did surprise me that someone didn't really want to take the challenge up. Admittedly, I'm concerned. Famous Roman got back sort of midfield, pulled pretty hard under the circumstances to finish off, was pretty good. Then you had little horses like Trusting. Well, you know, a bit of an enigma, really, with all due respects to the horse. I think he's got terrific ability. We've known that for a long time. But James had to get a little bit aggressive on him out of the gates because he can dwell at the start and want to be there. But I think really they were 5 behind him.
It was a dead set on pace domination, that race. It's rarely in a big mile handicap that you get that happen. But look, this race was lost from the back markers a long way from home. As soon as he quickened up from the 6 or 7.
Machine, the winner of the Colonel Reeves, coming into the Winterbottom Stakes in great form, 15 out to 8. Now, White Friars opened $3.30, got out to $3.80. Back into $3.50, and then the bookies have turned him out again to $3.80. Yeah, we've spoken to Rick about having the horse.
Welcome back to Sky Racing 1. They're on the way to the start, or arriving at the start at Ascot for the Winterbottom Stakes at Group 2 level, a race which carries $755,000. Whitefriars is the favourite at $3.60. $4.40 about number 10, Waratah's Secret, which has been specced on track, and it's on the second.
The Burswood Winterbottom Stakes. Lights flash. The Sydney 5-year-old Whitefriars, the favourite. There they go. They're away and racing. And getting out brilliantly is Word Deep Out. Revolution from the inside began very quickly. And Mama Machine driving across in front of Grand Jardin. Also speeding over is Dante's Volante and settling in behind them. Whitefriars and King Cool Cat. Eliotto behind those. Kasabian, Waratah Secret worse than midfield. A length and a half away at the 800. Then came Moonlight Drive on the fence to Haddaby Clarker. Marasco well back. Then Tarzi and Idyllic Prince towards the tail at the 650. And Grand Jardin has gone to the lead. It's Grand Jardin in the Winterbottom by a length over Dante's Volante. Mama Machine third. Travelling fourth is Word. Over on his inside, Revolution. He's pushing out off the fence. King Cool Cat. He's ready to pounce on them as well as they set sail. And Ollie's looking for the short way home with Whitefriars. He's got a run on the fence, straightening up. Then came Kasabian. Marasco starting his run. Word hits the lead, though. 150 to go. Moshe starts to wind up. King Cool Cat had to be Clarker. The old boy flying along the inside. Had to be Clarker reaches the lead. Veteran wins it. Had to be Clarker against the inside. Beats King Cool Cat. Whitefriars getting home on the inside with Waratah Secret and a tiring Word and a photo for third. Then Marasco. Kasabian was next home ahead of Revolution. Tays Volante. It's a boil over.
Just one out 9, had to be a Clarker first. 8 King Cool Cat second. 7 Whitefriars third. Waratah Secret has run fourth, number 10. Fifth was Word.
Name, a 9-year-old. He must have watched Zipping win the Sandown Classic and sought some inspiration. A big win yesterday. In an upset, he paid $41. King Cool Cat's been in.
Lifts to that level. That's what we beat.
Getting dragged back, and then the seas parted for us, and we got to shoot straight up the fence. It was really good. It's what we needed.
William, have you had any
Big one at Ascot. The Group 1 Kingston Town Stakes due to get underway in 5 minutes. They're on their way to the barriers. And Playing God, the star 3-year-old, is the favourite at $3.80. Fought by Blackfriars, going for his third straight to win. He won the WA Guineas, the Aquanita Classic last start. He won very easily. And here he's about to take you to Perth for the feature race of the day, the Kingston Town Classic. And the 3-year-old colt, Playing God, is going to run favourite at $3.20. This race brought to you.
They're set, racing now in the Kingston Town Classic, and it was Marshy and also God Has Spoken, the first away with Colour Correct. Gondorf is pressing forward, driving across just behind them. Tranquility soon after the start with Black Piranha settling down in front of her. Coming across now from the outside, Impressive Journey. Playing God just a little keen on the first turn. He's up there in the firing line, and Parnham was able to quickly drop him across to get one off the fence as Impressive Journey rolls to the lead. Trusting got caught out wide though from Black Piranha and Marshy in on the right of Grand Nirvana, who found the box seat. And then came the favourite Playing God at the 1,000 metres mark. Well placed. On the fence next of all and pulling is Gondorf. Colour Correct will follow the 3-year-old. He's over on the outside just in front of God Has Spoken. A length away then at the 850. Trusting Black Piranha getting no luck back in the field. Then came Marshy in. Famous Roman having to be stoked up a fair way from home. Then came Tranquility, and last of all is Ranger. At the 600 in the Kingston Town, Impressive Journey's the leader by a length and a half. Oliver's hard at work on Triple Honour, and Parnham takes off with the favourite. Here comes the 3-year-old Playing God setting out after Impressive Journey. Then Trusting, followed by Colour Correct under the whip. Grand Nirvana dropping out on the fence. Followed further back then by God Has Spoken. Famous Roman a long way from them. At the 250, Impressive Journey. Playing God have come together. Playing God on the outside. Steve Parnham pulls the whip. Goes up to Impressive Journey. She's not done with yet though. Playing God, Impressive Journey, Colour Correct, Trusting, but Playing God, he's gaining the upper hand, and there's Neville Parnham's first Group 1 success. Playing God has won the Kingston Town Classic over Impressive Journey or Trusting. Colour Correct close up. God Has Spoken rattling home, and then came Tranquility, Ranger. In behind them came Triple Honour, followed further back on the inside Grand Nirvana. Then came Black Piranha. Famous Roman didn't fire. Then Marshy in, and Gondorf is a distant last. It's Parnham Power. Playing God, Stephen Parnham has won from Impressive Journey. Trusting will be third in front of Colour Correct. And a day to celebrate for the state's premier trainer, who has waited.
Goes tonight. 2 minutes away we are from the opener there. Favourite Yeah, on his back yesterday, the 52 kilos. He's in outstanding form this preparation. He's won 5 from 9 overall, and 4 of those wins, Alfie, this campaign alone. And you've been a big...
Impressive journey going forward from an outside gate. A couple of horses missed the start, which made it a little bit difficult for them in that particular event, that being Trusting and Triple Honour. Damien went forward on Triple Honour. You know, he's probably just been struggling a little bit, but, you know, the riding was...
It's just something about him that you have to like. He settles, you can make a few runs on him. He's got those special qualities that you get in a good horse, and a terrific ride by Stephen Parnham. It passed at the best of times, and Trusting, well, he was trusting again. He didn't want to get round the turns. He didn't want to hold his position there, and he still ran a good race. He's got all the ability in the world, but he's a thinking colt, as we've said all along. But all honours with the winner. I'm looking forward to following his future.
Ron, it's going to happen.
Yesterday and during the week. Let's go to a break on Racing Retro and cross the Tasman.
It's the best horse in Australia yesterday, in Australasia yesterday.
Captain Cook Stakes yesterday. We can say it now. She's a superstar.
She looks.
And going for we can say the half two in front from a bit of a spectacular got it session speed fortune late over on the outside. Here is the voice of it.
But it worked in your big sister's Black Caviar, and you step out for the first time with a big wrap on you, and you come out and, well, deliver the goods turf. That's Moshe.
Yeah, that's what can you say? I mean, we saw his debut. It was outstanding. Broke 57 at Bendigo. The track was dead on the drier side of dead, I would have thought, but nevertheless, when Dwayne Dunn...
$1.35, don't take that as a drift. The market's at 116%. It's the only one the punters are interested in. $1.
Away they go. Moshe again, not the best to bounce out. He needs to drive through, and Mordru bounced out well. Now Moshe gets through on the inside of her and goes to a slender lead. Emma Princess settled down third. One first to the leader coming about to go through the gap by 3/4 of Mordru. One Emma Princess right behind the leader. Sutnock fourth the outside, and 2 lengths to Val's Boy. Lock's Choice starting a move around Parisian Romance, and then Serenko and Marsh Harbour. Moshe doing it well before the turn. 3/4 of Mordru. Emma Prince getting up behind the leader. Lock's Choice coming with a run with Sutnock. Moshe the leader. Dunn sitting quietly for the time being. Hugs the rail by a length and a half to Sutnock, and Lock's Choice coming. Moshe, he's out by a length and a half. Dunn goes for him now. Lock's Choice starting to sprint home. Moshe by a length. Lock's Choice coming hard. Moshe responding. Moshe hanging on, and Moshe 3/4 of a length to Lock's Choice. 2 lengths away, a photo Parisian Romance out wide, and Serenko. Followed by Sutnock, and then Val's Boy.
Earlier on tonight, just missed the start, a long neck sort of, and had to do a little bit.
Again now, and he jumps out and
Well, let's do that. And while we're looking at the jump...
play again now, and he jumps out and looks like he smacks his head on the side of the gate there.
Yeah, it might have been the jockey's leg. You mightn't be too happy with the interview. I mean, I reckon if we took the horse in race 2 up to Bendigo, he would have won by 6 the other day as well. So the track's wet. It's getting pretty greasy out there now. So he did a good job. The other horse was coming, and he
worked into a 2-horse war between the Singaporean Rocket Man, who certainly attracted a lot of attention in the race. And a lot of the pre-race talk concerning Rocket Man was him having his first run today on the clockwise direction. Of course, all his form in Singapore's left-handed, and his only run in Dubai was as well when he ran second behind Kinsale King. But the connections of Fred Crabbe has certainly made a very astute move in getting Felix Coetzee booked for this campaign at a very early stage. And Felix was able to shoot him up the far side rail to go through and join One World in what worked into an epic duel over the last 100 metres. Onto the turn of the Jockey Club Sprint. Dim Sum in front of Sweet Sonnet. Multi Glory's off the bridle. Rocket Man fourth on the fence from Little Bridge. Now Sacred Kingdom gets going. Shot past Our Lucky Baby. One World and Lucky Nine just labouring a fraction. It's Dim Sum the leader, but Sacred Kingdom's got him in his sights. Little Bridge running a cheeky race. One World's running on from Lucky Nine. Sacred Kingdom's going after Dim Sum. Rocket Man is spearing through near the rails. Rocket Man and One World the outside. Oh, Rocket, I'd say. Well, they couldn't be split. Absolutely nothing between them. And the fact that One World laid in a fraction over the last bit, which is the trait of the horse, cost him that victory in the very close photo finish. So the prize money was split in half. Standing his performance today will ensure that you get black figures about him in the international sprint. So
international sprint. You'd be a fool to write off Sacred Kingdom. He is a champion. He virtually owns, as I've said in the past, the 1,200 metres at Sha Tin. But he's going to have to step up his game a little bit. Rocket Man looked outstanding. One World was very good in the dead heat finish there.
And the next at Hong Kong, let's go to Shatin.
Summon Lucky 9, Jenny. We'll see those as they go through on picture here, but your comments on those four.
All right. We'll start with Lucky 9.
Yeah.
I thought Lucky 9 looked really well. I mean, his record's been terrific, and he looks well. I mean, he's a nice up-and-comer. He's only a 3-year-old, and I'm very interested to see how he goes. Unlucky though in gate 12. Been a good walker as well, but I think it's a little bit beyond him. Let Me Fight. Did I do him for you? I don't think too. But number 8, One World, he looked fabulous last time, and I still think he looks really well. I know he's had that little query about
scenario, and just as long as Felix can get him into the clear at the right time, I think he's got the speed to almost get the fence from where he's drawn in barrier 6.
In this race, won it in 2007, 2009. To come back from what he's come back from, that nasty colic attack that he had, of course, when he got on the plane earlier on in the year, it's the signs of a real champion. Only the good ones can
overcome things, and they need to win overseas. That's exactly what Sacred Kingdom has done. He looks set today to be in the right spot on the corner. This could be the day in the light for Rocket Man, and JJ, the jet plane, it has to be said, has beaten Sacred Kingdom the 2 times.
And if successful today, we'll put his name in the record book as the first horse to make it 3. He's the 2.3 favourite, and we've had horses in the money on the fence. I'm off here in the Cathay Pacific Sprint, and they're racing. Lucky 9 taken back, and One World has really overdone it. He settles 4 lengths last. And Dim Sum, Rocket Man at Ultra Fantasy have all jumped well. JJ, the jet plane to 4th, Sacred Kingdom 5th. Let Me Fight improving his position from Kingsgate Native. Then Hortensia. Cerise Cherry goes forward 3 deep. A length further back to Little Bridge, Green Birdie, Joy and Fun. Then Lucky 9 being urged along, and 2 out the back to One World, who stands them a huge start today. And it's the stablemate Dim Sum tearing along in the lead by a length and a half to Ultra Fantasy. Rocket Man in striking distance 3rd. JJ, the jet plane, Sacred Kingdom next, with Sacred Kingdom in a pocket for the moment. Then Let Me Fight, Cerise Cherry, Kingsgate Native, and a long break to Green Birdie and Lucky 9 as they straighten up. And Dim Sum is the leader from Ultra Fantasy. Rocket Man's charging at them, so's JJ, the jet plane. Sacred Kingdom back towards the rails, has got work to do, but he's digging in now. The champ, Sacred Kingdom, he's going after Rocket Man and JJ, the jet plane. Rocket Man in front. JJ, he won't go away. JJ lunges at Rocket Man and JJ, the jet plane. JJ, the jet plane, beats Rocket Man and Sacred Kingdom in an epic finish to the 2010 Sprint. Then Let Me Fight, Hortensia, Lucky 9, Green Birdie, Kingsgate Native, Dim Sum, Little Bridge, Joy and Fun, Ultra Fantasy and One World. JJ, the jet plane, lunging at Rocket Man in a photo finish, and there looks to be just a margin for the South African, with Sacred Kingdom back on the fence in 3rd position. Oh, what a great finish. Tremendous for deeply to lunge here at Rocket Man. There's not much in it, as Rocket Man really did drop his nose down, but I think it's fair to say there's a winning margin there for JJ, the jet plane, handled by $6 the place. Number 12, Let Me Fight, and $80 for the winner, and $56 the place. Number 12, Let Me Fight, from the John Moore Stakes.
Fantastic race, and only a slender margin separating them at the end.
Yeah.
Well, most of you
that all her Group 1 racing has been at 1.5 miles, and it's coming back to 2,000 here, but
it's the lineup, and we're ready now. Racing. And there's a lovely line out of the gates. Blonde taken back, Glass Harmonium likewise. Packing winner, Super Pistachio, jump well. And so did Cirrus de Zeg and Stace Leader from deep out, and Packing winner's got the advantage of the rails. Cirrus de Zeg moves up the outside of Stace Leader, and Super Pistachio, his own pace out by a length. To Cirrus de Zeg, Super Pistachio, then Stace Leader, followed by Super Saturn and Plonter in striking distance. A half length to Sraputra of the rails, 2 further back to Irian, then Glass Harmonium Collection. There shouldn't be any hard luck stories this year. He's got plenty of galloping room, and he's got Vision to Tara length behind him and in a pocket as they travel to the turn. Snow Ferries hugging the rails, and a length off to Regan as they turn. Vision to Tara out into the open now as they turn. Packing winner in front from Cirrus de Zeg.
Super Pistachio comes off from Stacelita. Super Saturn's looking for a run. Irian runs on with purpose together with Planteur. Snow Fairy's angling into the clear, and the fillies cutting loose. Collection and Vision to Tara next. It's anybody's race, and Irian hits the lead with Snow Fairy gunning it down. Snow Fairy races up to Irian. What a stellar season for the British 3-year-old filly. Snow Fairy blouses out Irian. Packing Winner ran a cheeky race, then Planteur and Vision to Tar. Super Saturn a touch unlucky. Then Stacelita from Regan. Super Pistachio, Traputra, Glass Harmonium and Collection was among the tail enders.
Well, she's officially a star, the 13 Snow Fairy. A close finish indeed. They were across the track, but she wins ahead of 6 Irian and a photo, really close photo, but most prominent looking, the widest runner.
Lucky they just started coming back, but she quickened up so well. She's very special. She's an absolute machine, really, to do what she done today.
The win drew logical comparisons with trainer Ed Dunlop's other great filly, Ouija Board, and while she went on to a brilliant career as a mare, Snow Fairy would have to be rated ahead of her at the end of their 3-year-old seasons. Snow Fairy was suited by the slow pace in the Hong Kong Vase over 1.5 miles.
For the Villiers, David, runners in the yard, 9 minutes out from start time, a very, very open market indeed.
Yeah, it is that as we expect the Villiers each year. Just down in a bit of class from previous years, but
a little look in the call. Big deal going around here, Mark. Good luck with the call.
Now, Rhythm of Dance comes up into the gates. Dances on Waves and Dysphonia about to move along as well. Fanned Racing and Rhythm of Dance came out quickly with Parthian and Emperor Bonaparte. Adnacon was showing early speed. Then came up in the firing line early on Deltona with Southern Sky and Mentality out wide early on, followed by Dancers on Waves. Spinny's about no alert, followed by Delago, Star and Lang, and then Altered Boy, McNuckle and Tudor Solo whipping them in. In the Villiers, 600 out and Deltona went around the outside and is the new leader from Parthian and Rhythm of Dance, who's handy. Then Adnacon, Mentality out wide, Emperor Bonaparte next, followed by Southern Sky. Dysphonia going up along the rail, and then came Delago Stark. Up the rise here, and it's Rhythm of Dance out in the centre, moving up with Mentality, Dances on Waves, and Adnacon's there also, and Parthian still on the rail, Snow Alert coming on. It's Mentality putting its head in front, Dances on Waves is coming after it on the outside with Snow Alert. Dances on Waves got to Mentality, Dances on Waves and Mentality in a slogging finish. Dances on Waves has beaten Mentality and Snow Alert from Southern Sky, and then came Altered Boy, followed by Dysphonia, then Spinny and Adnacon.
Southern Sky finishing in fourth. 17, 7, 1, 14. Let's get back to the winning trainer, John.
You can see it's a very open betting affair because there's plenty of chances in this one. Even Colour Correct at $11. A last start winner Colour Correct too. That was at Ascot. And wide open betting market. Massive crowd on hand there at Ascot today. Matt Nowland went for a walk of the track at Ascot yesterday. Told me this morning, there it is there. And true run race here.
And one of the first away was Colour Correct, but Big Ted got out like a bullet. And into stride quickly as Late Night Flight as well onto the course proper with Mega Steel, God Has Spoken and Kawateri pushing up near the fence. Behind them, Rangers getting across, although 3 deep in the early part. Tranquility. Over on the inside is Western Duel and Gyno quickly getting one off the fence in a compact field here by the judge. They've slowed down. They're tightly bunched up. Taraman, the South Australian, 3 deep as well. 1.5 lengths to Guestwing, followed by the grey Simply Adorable, who's out 3 wide. On the fence next is New Spice and Admiring dropped across the back of the field from a wide draw up, and it's Big Ted the Pilot, only by a long neck on Ranger going up and eyeballing him 3 deep, and he's done a bit of work, although the pace hasn't been overly hot. At the 1,000 metres mark, they share the lead together. Late Night Flight third. Tranquility's going up now a long way from home. Also going forward is Mega Steel and Colour Correct is over on the inside. Tara Man and then Simply Adorable going up very quickly around them. 1.5 lengths Admiring had made her move from the tail of the field. Then God Has Spoken and Gyno getting back in traffic. They're followed by Kawateri at the 600 from Guestwing. Further back is Western Duel and New Spice. Ranger taken on by the little grey mare, Simply Adorable, who went a long way from home. It's Simply Adorable on the outside of Ranger. Pike hasn't moved, though. Ranger's in front around the turn narrowly from Simply Adorable. They're brushing leather. And then 2.5 lengths behind them, Tranquility, Big Ted battling away. Then Gyno starting to get into the clear, running on, and so's Guest Wing. Simply Adorable got the better of Ranger. Here comes Gyno and also Guest Wing. Guest Wing, Gyno gather up. Simply Adorable. Guest Wing gets the lead. It's Guest Wing's Cup. Guest Wing beat Gyno. Simply Adorable on the fence. Might be third home from the fast-finishing Western Duel. And then Colour Correct and Big Ted. Tranquility, New Spice, God Has Spoken, followed by Mega Steel and Kawatiri. Further back behind them on pulling up Late Night Flight, Ranger compounding. Then Tara Man, who beat number 6, Guest Wing, for trainer Shane Edwards and Brad Parnham, has denied Gyno his second win in the Cup.
No trouble running tooth, and I'm sure it will continue. Great to see the pumper back to Rich. There's a market for the first of the big ones at the Gold Coast. The Magic Million Guineas, $1 million prize on offer here. In the betting ring, it's 440 to 420. The top one here, number 3, Top Drop. It's $7, about 13 demanding.
Gates open and they're off and racing now. And the last general was the first to go. Celtic Dancer from the inside began brilliantly, and Tough Luck and Spirit of Boom all away. Miss and Magic are not far off them, followed by Demanding Miss, and Top drops in about the first 6 or 7. Then Cavalier starts me up, Beat for Speed, followed by Paris Blue, Chosen to Fly. Getting back as Ghost in the darkness, and he's wide. Followed further back in the field then. All Bright Expectations got into trouble going around the first corner. Drop back with Power of Ed. And they're followed well back in the field by Torio's Quest as they came down the side. And But I'm Ready's got 3 in front of it. 700 metres left to go. Celtic Dancer led. A half the last general. Spirit of Boom third. Tough Luck is racing in 4th position. They're closely followed then by Top Drop, who's not far behind them. Coming to the home turn, Starts Me Up, Demanding Miss going through. They're followed then by Cavalier, and further back Miss Magica and But I'm Ready as they round the corner. Celtic Dancer, the leader from the last general. Spirit of Boom pulled out. Top Drop has pulled out to make his run as well, and then Demanding Miss and Starts Me Up, and Torio's Quest is coming from the back. Celtic Dancer in front of the 200. Top Drop, Spirit of Boom, Starts Me Up, and Torio's Quest on the outside is finishing brilliantly. He went to them and he's raced away. Torio's Quest shot to the lead with 100 metres left to go from Starts Me Up, and Torio's Quest beat Starts Me Up. Top Drop third, I think, in front of Celtic Dancer fourth. Then Spirit of Boom. Gee, Bright Expectations done a big job. The next time is But I'm Ready, followed by Caviar.
Another big race win here for Huey Bowman, Brett Partelli, and that goes colour with a perfectly timed run. Only start number 5, win number 4. A horse who cost, $15,000, wins $1 million race today. Torio's Quest for Brett Vieira and his family. A big day for them. They won 2 races. It's that sort of race this year. There's the Gold Coast
Classic. Well done to Brett Partelli, who trains at Wyong, with the winner of the 3-year-old Guineas being Torio's Quest. There's the market, 5 o'clock, $14. Eternal Revenue, 17. Pepperjet coming off a strong win last start, $6.60. Wonderful You, $5.50. Snippets of Glory at $20. Big Odds, the 8 Z-Men. The favourite, Karate Queen for Neville Late, who trains at Queanbeyan. They've got a meeting on this afternoon. They'll certainly give it a big cheer. $4. Military, good luck to Matty Smith.
This is the Magic Millions Classic here as we look at one of the last to go in there. Tapuki's taking a big set here against Karuta Queen. Had to
They're ready. And they're racing now. 5 o'clock jumped okay from the inside. Karuta Queen began brilliantly, and Schiffer's going for speed. And so too on the outside is Mariana, but Karuta Queen will lead. They get to the first corner at the 1,000. Karuta Queen by 1, Schiffer second, Mariana third. Internal Revenue is fourth on the inside from Pepperjet, and then Military Grace followed by Z-Man. Then Playtime, 5 o'clock midfield on the fence from Combat Kitty, followed by Snippets of Glory. Wonderful You, beaten for speed early, followed by Double Impact, Fast and Sexy, Flammable, and last of all is Racing Stripes. Inside the 600, Karuta Queen, a half to Schiffer. They're followed by Mariana on the outside, Pepperjet fourth, and then Internal Revenue, Playtime, Military Grace, 5 o'clock, Z-Man. And further back is Wonderful You. Garuda Queen led on the straight, got away by a length and a half. Schiffer still chasing, followed by Pepperjet in the clear. Then Mariana, Playtime down the outside. Garuda Queen is the leader inside the 200. Schiffer can't get there at the moment. Pepperjet's running home, but Garuda Queen is clear of the Magic Millions from Schiffer and Pepperjet. And Garuda Queen makes it 4 from 4, bolts in the millions. Tight second and third. Combat Kitty, Schiffer and Pepperjet in the photo. From Snippets of Glory, Fast and Sexy in the next home in the race. Double Impact, Z-Man, Mariana. 5 o'clock, Wonderful You, followed then by Playtime, Racing Stripes. A long way back is Flammable. And Military Grace has pulled up next to last in Internal Revenue. Last of all in Garuda Queen's Magic Millions.
And what a star she is. 4 for 4, bought by Neville Lafer, Glenn Williams for just $30,000, unbeaten now. She adds a cheque of 1.14 million. Thank you to your bank. And Glenn Williams, the owner's been buying quite a few of them at McDonald's. Back at Flemington, our home base here with far a little. Back at Flemington, our home base here with
far a little slow off the inside. Now beginning quickly, Copaline. Twilight Savings right there with LC's Gold. Tip the Wink goes forward and First Command's coming across them as well. Eileen Dubs just in behind them. Pinspar's recovered. Miss Raggedy Ann and that group of horses. And then we have Swift Alliance back in behind them. Stupendous and Mufasa a bit wider out. Venusia, Monton, Miss Raggedy Ann, Tip the Wink. And then Swift Alliance who's back here. As too is Katie Lee as they run down past the 600 metres. And here it is, Copaline. Elsie's Gold on the inside. And then Twilight Savings. Going forward over on the outside of these runners then is going to be Tip the Wink. Back in behind them, Miss Raggedy Ann. Pinswire getting up on the inside. Here's First Command issuing its challenge. Mufasa out wider on these runners as they gallop down Copaline. First once First Command. And then we had the Noosty, Stupendous. Eileen Dub back in behind these runners. Montana, Tip the Wink further away then.
Rosehill, this is some issue with the photo or otherwise.
We're really fortunate we drew in the end.
Was a popular win yesterday by Mufasa in New Zealand's premier sprint race for the year. He's been a great campaigner over there, beating home the Australian trained horse from the Freedman stable, First Command. The Aussie trained horses outside of him a bit disappointing.
Yeah, look, First Command went terrific, I thought. This horse was thrown in at the weights. I think he's won 3 Group 1 races, this horse. And a horse like First Command giving him weight. You know, I can't work that out. They looked after their own there. Interesting, he raced one of those nasal strips on the Group 1 winner with a nasal strip. They'll be coming back in vogue, I'm sure. They went off the scene there for a while. But look, Steve McKee's done a terrific job with this horse. He come to Sydney and run second in a rider, I think, behind Vision and Power. He's a legitimate Group 1 horse who was thrown in that race, believe me.
On the hot favourite in the feature race, Pain in the Glass, going for 3 straight in the English Classic for 2-year-olds.
3/4 Colostrata, 2 lengths to Pure Force on the inside of the short price favourite, Pain in the Glass. A Gap Sailors World the outside from California Poppy and Western Classic, the 2 stablemates at the back. Into the running at the 400, Colostrata takes Dangerous Edition. Pain in the Glass on the outside, given plenty of air. And then came Pure Force and down the outside, Western Classic. But here goes Pain in the Glass at the 200 metres, surges to the front. 3 lengths, 4 lengths, Colostrata, Western Classic, followed by Pure Force. But it's holding a masterclass here, this Testarossa filly. Pain in the Glass has bolted in and won by 5 lengths, Colostrata. Third, Pure Force, just from Western.
She was never in any doubt, was she? And nor should she have been at that price. $1.26 on the tote. Of course, she represented.
We'll have a look at these in the yard, but have to look at them on the track. Golden Archer, the clear favourite, Shane.
It is indeed, and it's been very well backed. It is indeed, and it's been very well backed. Sepoy, number 1, is solid at 7. Now, Golden Archer, who was back for a stack with the corporates after they first backed Boston Cynic, been 175, got to 180. You would have thought that would be the end of it, but no, back into $1.75.
The day, that's right. Yeah, did it win a race yet? Yes, I think it did. Reward Rapid won it the year before, of course, able to almost take out the big 3. Rianne the year before that. So, it's a terrific pointer towards, but only Bella Spree.
Golden Archer and Boston City both began well.
Secret Hills look to be a little slow and goes back with Grand Britannia. And the two favourites pair down early with Fast Bucks getting up on the inside. But Boston City had the lead by about a length to Fast Bucks, and Sepoy went to third. Golden Archer, he's back. He's fourth over on the outside in company there with Envious. Back behind those horses is Secret Hills getting up on the inside of Grand Britannia. Atlanta Rock the outside, and 2 lengths away Fastnet Prince. So Boston City has the lead coming around the turn from Fast Bucks, and Sepoy and Golden Archer now peels to the outside of these as they flatten for the run-in. Next was Atlanta Rock and then Grand Britannia. Boston City the leader from Sepoy coming at it strongly. Now Golden Archer joins in. Sepoy took the lead inside the 200 metres. He's going strongly. Golden Archer can't get to him. Sepoy had a kick. Race clear. Sepoy coming right away. Big win. Sepoy won it by 3 lengths to Grand Britannia. Golden Archer and Nick third. Envious close up fourth. Boston City weakened out fifth. And then Fastnet Prince, who picked up the tail enders. Fast Bucks weakened, and at the end, Atlanta Rock in company with Secret Hills.
Well, Sammy found it from the yard. Well done, Sammy. Presented well and ran right up to his looks today, giving Darley 2 winners here in the Australia colours of Australia Day. Sepoy, Grand Britannia, good late.
We'll have a look at the entrance and see if we can get that rewound and have another look at it. Hang on, here we go.
Different combinations of the try first forward. Only 11 minutes away from the Phillies division of the Blue Diamond preview from the Colts. Winkers for the beaten favourite Golden Archer. That's the idea there. Brett Kavanagh is going to press on with running Boston City. Then a week before and leave the thing in the ring.
Nothing to last. Spectralight's at 13. Modus is at 21.
Overall in the Blue Diamond out of this race. I mean, One Last Dance is the reigning favourite at the moment for the Blue Diamond, $8.50. We'll have an updated market on the Blue Diamond after.
One Last Dance began fairly well. Motives beat them out brilliantly on the outside, and Anave drives through. Spectralite dropped right out the last of all. At the 800 metres now, Anave getting up on the inside, but Motives crossover has the lead. Light Touch is third from Exceedingly Regal. Wider out then One Last Dance, and Deeper Still has quenched the thirst, and they're being followed then by Mistakenly. Then Emerald Downs well back with Jessica Rose and Valruse. Grupp top, and back at the end of the field is Miss Magic Sheen and Spectralite. Motives on the outside, and Anave with the rail share the front. One Last Dance is going up to have a crack at them. They're followed Exceedingly Regal, and then Mistakenly and Quench the Thirst, the widest runner. One Last Dance got the Motives, but Anave is still there kicking well on the rail. One Last Dance moved up to Anave. They're fighting the race there clearly ahead of the rest of the field. Anave the inside. One Last Dance coming home perhaps a little bit the better. Anave kicking strongly. One Last Dance just a half head in front. One Last Dance and Anave. Bobbing photo between the pair of them. Grasscop made up ground 2 lengths away third. Jessica Rose got home, and then Mistakenly. Spectralite next.
The photo to come. One Last Dance outside will get it. One Last Dance gets it here. 4 beats Arnave. One delay all over the top of Arnave down the running. Nicole forced to change, whip to left hand. So too Nolan on one.
That after watching those 2 races here today, when the bookies sit down in the next couple of minutes, that Sepoy Sammy will be the new favourite for the Blue Diamond. I'd have to say after those 2.
For Guineas winner of this season of last year, and an achiever about to go around in the Zettler Stakes, won last year, of course, by Denman. So Darley, terrific race coming up. Here's the tote call. And Achiever's got plenty of fun.
For this race, it's not going to be so. We're going to be going 2 in a row for Moody and Nolan. He's been 460 down to 360. A really good go in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Now at the 320, this rally for An Achiever continues. A very solid sporting bet market mover, and just
ready to run. Lighters on. An Achiever jumped okay. A Clear Mystic got away well, and so did Servant. And LinkedIn was away brilliantly from the outside. Carved over and found the lead. Linked in with dazzling early speed. Has it by a length and a quarter. A Clear Mystic second. Road Train right up on the pace today. Third the outside. Hollow Lee over racing a bit when passed by Spirited Eagle. Run for Levi between horses. Servant on the rail. 2 lengths further back as An Achiever, and they're followed then by Mr. Moneypenny, and Manny is back last the inside. A Clear Mystic went up on the outside and took the lead narrowly as they go to the 600 metres. Linked in a neck away second, followed Road Train. Spirited Eagle doing it tough. Servant fifth just on the back of the speed, and they're followed by Run for Levi, Hollow Lee, Back behind the Manny is back. And Achievers near enough to last on the outside in company with Mr. Money Penny. Eclair Mystic, the leader, from LinkedIn on the fence when they cornered. Servant trying to get clear. Having a bump with Road Train. Eclair Mystic and LinkedIn the leaders. Servant gets into the clear. And Achiever will struggle to run a place at the moment. Eclair Mystic and LinkedIn from Servant and Spirited Eagle. Eclair Mystic and LinkedIn. Eclair Mystic and LinkedIn. They're coming to the line together. Eclair Mystic hanging on and just got home. Eclair Mystic in a driving finish. Spirited Eagle lifted out wide late in a photo with LinkedIn for the Miners and then Servant. They're followed just behind them by Road Train and Achiever and Run for Levi and then Hollow.
In the straight to win, but when he does, narrow but favourite wins. Eclair Mystic, he was on the slide in the betting, but he
can never say it won't happen, but at this stage, he's committed to racing him here.
He stays and keeps winning. Thanks, Robert.
Thanks, Bruce.
Reasonable price of Black Odd. She's very, very short. It's the feature race on the card, the Essendon Mazda Australia Day Stakes, and she's $1.60, $1.70 best pluck. She's into $1.60 down the board, and the Bonnie Mare Hortensia $5 out to well, $2.30 was bet turf. She's into $1.60. She's all the rage. We're going to make her the Sporting Bet Australia market mover.
On an each-way basis.
Thank you very much.
Getting set for the big one of the evening, the Essendon Mazda Australia Stakes at Group 2. In they come. Vigor is set. Here's Typhoon Tracy lining up into her place. 4, and the field is ready. They're set to go and they're off and racing now. Undeniably jumped a length in front. Typhoon Tracy back about third or fourth early. Whitefriars was away quickly, is up second outside undeniably. Now Typhoon Tracy, she gets up about 2 lengths away third, followed by Vigor, who's fourth on the inside. They're being followed by Diplomatic Force, and then came Hortensia. She's about 3 behind Typhoon Tracy as they go around that turn at the 800 metres. 2 lengths to Secret Flyer, Heart of Dreams, and back at the end is Commanding Hope. Undeniably stretching the field out, led by 3/4. Whitefriars right on the speed. 2 lengths away, Typhoon Tracy away from the fence and has the leaders in her sights. She's 3 in front of Vigor, Diplomatic Force. 2 Hortensia, and then Heart of Dreams, Secret Flyer, Commanding Hope. Undeniably's run it solidly all the way. Whitefriars goes up and levels with him, and now Nolan clicks up the great mare, and Typhoon Tracy's a length away. He's calling on her to go out after these leaders. Hortensia's made up ground. She's only 2 away. Undeniably with a kick beat off Whitefriars. Typhoon Tracy battling to get there. Undeniably's going strongly. Whitefriars trying to level up again. He's coming again on the outside. Undeniably Whitefriars dived in. Whitefriars grabbed Undeniably. Great gutsy win. A length Typhoon Tracy third. They're about 3 to 4 lengths in front of Hortensia. She's just wilted on a run a little bit. Diplomatic Force, Commanding Hope, followed by Heart of Dreams, Secret Flyer, and back at the end is Vigor.
Yeah, terrific effort by Jimmy Cassidy. The pumper's back. Whitefriars the winner. And as we suggested, would have to go forward to be a chance. And the leaders got the race to themselves. Typhoon Tracy just hit that little flat spot as she sometimes can, coming up down towards the...
Nations Rick on behalf of everyone, a great performance. Thank you, and thanks to my family and all my staff at home. And
back this time, he's now... Before you always thought he was a good horse, and now he is a good horse.
Yeah, you're right too, Rich, because there's one thing to think something and to hope for something, there's another to make it happen.
Ricky was off the scene for quite some time. What sort of a problem did he have?
When he was younger, look, he's a big horse, and he had a lot of bone soreness issues.
Yep.
And we struggled with that.
$1.50. I mean, the avalanche of money for it was astonishing when we spoke about Whitefriars as being a fit horse who looked to be on target for the race.
No doubt. And look, they were helped by an on-pace sort of tempo, 36.08 first 800. They went the same first 600 as the 0 to 72 in the previous. So, and she did have the fastest last 200 of the race. So the effort was good. I just thought she was beatable.
Rich, I think...
For Hot Danish on course. As you said, this is the clean event Expressway Stakes. The Group 2, wait for age level, 8 minutes from start time. The mighty mare, here she comes down into the yard. Hot Danish, she just has this wonderful record.
He's gone 5 in a row. He's looking for 6. And they're talking about number 2, Love Conquers All. Late money now for Hot Danish, 220 back into 210. But Love Conquers All, sportingbet.com.au market mover. And will she handle the pressure?
Well, exactly right. And time will tell that. First up, it is harder, of course, for these horses as they get a little bit older. But Hawks...
Flawn Dancer missed it. Hot Danish jumped fast on the inside. Border Rebel came out well. Love Conquers All is going to ease back and take a sit by the looks of it. Hot Danish will lead out by a length on Border Rebel. Then Love Conquers All. He's kicking up to try and get in, so he'll find a spot, one off the rail in third on the outside of Lawn Dancer, showing a bit of speed. Fresh. And then Centennial Park and Dan Lee's back last of all. So Clark's got the favourite in front at the 700. Hot Danish led by a neck or so on Border Rebel. Coming up a little bit closer. About 2 lengths to Love Conquers All, who's on the outside of Lawn Dancer. And then further back, Centennial Park and Dan Lee is last of all as they approach the home turn, where Hot Danish is held together by Clark just in front of the Country Galloper on the outside, Border Rebel. Cassidy now bringing Love Conquers All to the outside, then Lawn Dancer, Danley and Centennial Park. He still has an Hot Danish to go. Border Rebel comes up on the outside. Love Conquers All and Centennial Park running on. She'll have to dig deep here. Hot Danish, Centennial Park. It's rushed up on the outside and put its head in front of Love Conquers All and Hot Danish, and Centennial Park will upset the favourites. Centennial Park won it from Love Conquers and Hot Danish. And then Dan Lee, Lawn Dancer, and finishing last was Border Rebel.
Well, he pushed out Haylist in. Well, it was only an exhibition gallop here at Rosehill, but Centennial Park, David Payne's long said he's one of the best horses he's trained, and he's proven that Route 2 race. Centennial Park, just too strong. There are the English interims for you after the win of Centennial Park in the Express
Stakes winning double in New Zealand and Australia yesterday for Thorn Park, beating the very talented and the mare resuming Hot Danish. Now a 7-year-old. Could this be potentially her last campaign?
Well, it could well be. She's not getting any younger, and she's had that fantastic first-up record coming into the race. All in all, you'd say she was a touch disappointing because they didn't go that hard up front. And look, customly, she sprints from the front and puts paid to him in about 3 strides. That didn't happen yesterday, but we're talking about a mare.
Back to Betfair Park, getting ready for the Manfred Stakes and the return of what is the Guineas favourite in Star Witness. And if you have a look at this tote call for it, you'll be saying it's a one-horse race, $1.20, and you
out to $1.85. Mr. Chard, 10 into 50.
That's moving up here for the Manfred Stakes. All eyes on Star Witness, $1.85 in the ring, $1.50 and easing on the tote. Here's Greg Miles.
Manfred, the field is ready to go. All right, they're off and racing now. And Star Witness jumps away evenly on the inside. 2 or 3 go around him early. The filly Sayer Hail Mary is the first out. Rooting forward today, Mr. Money Penny, a much better beginning, and he's right on the speed. The West Australian, a length and a half second. It's being run quickly early. 2 lengths engine number 9. Star Witness fourth the inside. Full bars, Mr. Shard last on the fence following the favourite. Sayer Hail Mary at the 600s go to corner, a length and a half in front of Mr. Money Penny. 2 lengths engine number 9. Star Witness right behind these horses as they corner, and then Live and Let Die, Mr. Shard and Bull Bars. Sayer Hail Mary headed by Mr. Money Penny. Star Witness tried for a run between them, had to switch over the heels and come through on the inside. Engine number 9 swept up, went to the lead. Mr. Money Penny beaten off. Star Witness with a real job on his hands here. Engine number 9 is the leader. Coming home, Live and Let Die. Star Witness can't win, but engine number 9. He's an up-and-comer, this guy. Engine number 9 came away, beat Bull Bars by 2 lengths. Star Witness third, a half head, Live and Let Die. Sayer Hail Mary, Mr. Money Penny.
Bull Bars runs on inside ground, no plus at all. Arnold forced to go back to the inside, couldn't come out. A pretty decent horse, you would think, Glenn, off that performance.
Well, Matty's obviously found one.
He seems to get on, has a great knack of getting on rising horses at the right time. He's on another one here and gave it a good rap. There's the spot, the $17.50. Forgive Star Witness being near the
Guineas. And Achiever was the other one I was thinking of, who really didn't.
So we'll see it next week.
Exactly, whose run was
There's
okay.
There
was a few bubbles burst down the list there.
Let's have a look at race 3, the Durban Stakes, and this features the appearance of Under the Eiffel. He went up ridiculously short odds during the week in first markets, so I'm not surprised that they've adjusted those. And he's out to a clearly backable price, but the tote, he's a tote favourite at $2.60. And this is a Jamie Mott to ride the 55.5. Let's hope it's all works out well for him. He's on the favourite, $2.60 Under the Eiffel.
Second favourite Under the Eiffel missed it by a length down on the inside, and Servant one of the first to show out. Dusty Star pouncing on the lead. Run for Levi's up there with him in the early part, and they pair down after 200 metres. 2 lengths away in third placing, then came a Clear Mystic. From the inside, a length further back is Servant, and they're followed 2 lengths away then by a Clear Surprise and Hollow Lee. Last of all, by the 800 metres, and Dusty Star flying along, led by 4 lengths, Run for Levi. 2 lengths Servant on the outside there, a Clear Mystic. 3 lengths further back in the field, Road Train, I Think I Do, a further 3 Gilded Spur. Under the Eiffel's going to have to be good to win from there, even though they've run along. He's starting to make some ground along the fence, and behind them is Hollow Lee, and Kaching's back at the end with a Clear Surprise. Dusty Star Star. Can he keep going? He leads by 2 lengths to Run for Levi around the turn. Then on the outside now at Clear Mystic. Servant back on the rail. Then Road Train. And now under the Eiffel, he's pulled right to the outside to make his run. Coming to the 200, Dusty Star getting tight. Under the Eiffel, Road Train and Clear Mystic are coming home hard now. They're coming to the 150. Still Dusty Star hanging on. He's going to go all the way. He's got their Dusty Star from under the Eiffel. They've lined up for third. The 2 Eclairs are there. Eclair Mystic and Eclair Surprise. And close-up Road Train and Servant will leave the judge to sort out the...
Now, here's your Inglis interims. Dusty Star, 6 even, 2 even, and Craig off to a fly for today's jockeys.
$1.60 on the tote, Shane. I don't think I'll go through all these because we haven't got time.
No, we'll just show you a couple of the key ones here. And I've already had the message from Thumbs Walsh that Sepoy is already the sporting bet market mover. It doesn't matter what happens here on track. He's long odds on favourite at $1.50.
Today, both the boys and girls in the Prelude, but absolute one-way street for Sepoy, 150 into 140 and 160 taken this morning. So no risks, nothing backed against.
Could seem sort of
nothing backed against.
Could seem sort of being sort of third, fourth, fifth, and just travelling sweetly. And yeah, lucky.
They're off. Sepoy, one of the first to show out. Arctic Command got away very quickly over near the outside, but it's Sepoy going to the lead ahead of him now. Hugel is showing some early speed, settling down third, and then Boys on Tour. They're followed by Running Tool, Big Rojo. A length and a half point here, followed then by a Clear Desire, who's getting up along the inside, and then Grand Britannia. And at the end of the field is Fire of London on the inside of Instinction. Hugel got up on the inside at the 600 metres, led by a Neck. Sepoy, the favourite, is second. A length away is Arctic Command, and then came Running Tool, a Neck, Big Rojo, and out wide then came Boys on Tour. Behind these, as they swing for home, is Poitier and Declare Desire from Grand Britannia, Instinction and Fire of London. They swing wide. Hugel has the lead. After him on the outside, Sepoy. Coming home, Running Tall along the inside, but Sepoy ran to the lead at the 200 metres. Zara gave him a slap with the whip. He accelerated 3 lengths clear from them now. Running Tall boxing on. Hugel holding his place, but the Blue Diamond favourite canters home. Sepoy won it by 3 lengths, and he eased on the pace to beat Running Tall. Hugel, a very good debut in third. Grand Britannia made ground, either he or Eclair Desire for the 4th placing. Poitier and also Fire of London.
Well, there's a $3.80 Blue Diamond favourite before that performance. What price will he be now? And that's irrelevant to what the girls do because he has absolutely towed the boys here today. A dominant performance, probably left in front, exposed if had to be, but responded when asked, and wins with some total arrogance. Good runs behind, but they're in a different league.
Is he ever?
He can relax a lot better, and certainly his turn of foot will be much stronger.
Probably worked against himself to some extent there. He flew the gate so quickly, he just got left there.
And plus he had one on the outside of him, sort of half working for the first probably, 2.5, 3 furlongs. But once he sort of got into a rhythm, he come back underneath me nicely, which was good to see.
And obviously he's got the sort of constitution. There'll be no issue 2 weeks' time.
No, look, I want to tell the truth. We want to put cold water on it.
Well, he'd be Paul Snowden.
He's been trained to win, to run in the 3 legs, and we certainly left a little bit up our sleeve for grand final day.
Sadly, no $1 million.
0.5. He's paid $1.30 and 104. They even crashed him further on the Super Tab tote. There's your interim.
What about Sepoy? He is the benchmark 2-year-old.
Oh, look at that. Look at that vision of him there, just pricking the ears like a real natural. He gets down low to the ground. He's got a terrific action. Looks like he's got a great race sense. He drops the bit and picks up and accelerates. He's a star. He's just a natural born 2-year-old, and he's a deserved short price favourite in the Blue Diamond without a doubt. I don't think he's got any dangers. If he does, it could well be his stablemate Glissade and Hallowell Bell, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's hard to find a danger for him. He seems to be able to do it all. He's, as you say, a ready-made, natural 2-year-old, naturally better than the others. They tend to be the ones that win those races. He'll probably win the Diamond. Whether he can win the Diamond and the Slipper, well, only superstars have been able to do that as a rule. Who are they?
Well, I think
Forza.
Tommy had Bounding Away and
John's Hope and Manicato.
Not bad horses.
Now, they're great horses, and he might be as good a 2-year-old as any of them, but history says he needs to be.
Well, he certainly dominates.
Here, Sepoy is certainly going to be that. There's a tote call for it. Favourite on the tote is at number 1, One Last Stand, because that's not here today. Not sure whether the new blood's going to come from a diamond point of view, but runs on the board are certainly shoving up for a short price favourite, aren't we, Sam, with support?
One Last Dance, certainly not the best of outs out. Doesn't muster early speed. Eramore away quickly. Tumble Turn, jump well. Going through Oamaru Rose near the inside. She's driving up and Oamaru Rose goes to the lead. Tumble Turn the outside. Oh, one down. Sweet Success. Sweet Success must have clipped some heels or something. A heavy fall there. And as they settle fully now, Tumble Turn over on the outside with Eramore. Oamaru Rose is just behind them. Hallowell Bell, handy. Jessica Rose wider than mistakenly. Glissade. One Last Dance, a fair way back and wide. Hold on to your horses between runners. And well back then has Quenched the Thirst, Helping Hand. And Ransom is at the end. Ransom Moment. They're on the swing for home now. Eramore, Tumble Turn, Jessica Rose. Hallowell Bell can't get a crack at them behind these. Here's One Last Dance letting down with a run now. One Last Dance. She's bolted to the lead now from Eramore. Here comes Glissade. Hallowell Bell getting knocked down. It's One Last Dance, the leader with Glissade, the challenger. One Last Dance now down against the fence in front, and she'll win it. One Last Dance keeps the million alive. Second placing going to Glissade. Close third. The unlucky Hallowell Bell is up there in a photo finish with Hold On To Your Horses, who rattled home. Then Jessica.
She's probably defied a few critics that she had after that win by winning again yesterday.
Yeah, look, you can only win, and she's put 3 straight wins together now. She's shooting for the $1 million bonus in the Blue Diamond, and look, like I say, it's hard to knock a winner, but geez, I love the second and third there. Glissade had excuses, didn't sort of keep up from barrier one as expected.
I think times are more relevant for 2-year-olds than they are for any other age group, and I think if you'd have joined those 2 races together, One Last Dance would have run second, beaten about 3 by Sepoy, and the others would have been back in the ruck with the Colts, and we wouldn't be speaking so glowingly about the fillies. I think you merge the 2 races, you get a very different picture.
Well, Sepoy
is 5.9 in the total, Shane. It's a complete turnaround in the real ring.
Amazing discrepancy here. Sistine Angel is 5 out to 5.50. Willow Creek out to 31. She's got Gears is out to 51. Now this Zelsnitz, this is another one where Jerry's already told me it doesn't matter what happens, it was going to be the sporting bet market.
Shane.
They did take it as soon as they got to 290. Taken again back into.
Again, very quickly over near the outside. Also, Stormburst, Kunamu were away fast. And Miss Elvie jumped away all right. And Miss Gay Flyer drives up along the inside. And Jeter's just behind them. Settling down, Zeltsnitz out wide from Kunamu. She's got Gears right on the back of the speed there from Stormburst. Settling Pinker, Ain't No Fallen Star. They're being followed by Sparks Alight, Sistine Angel third last, followed by Willow Creek and Booklet. Zeltsnitz had crossed over, had the rail before the turn. She's got Gears second, Miss Gay Fly next, followed by Kunamu, Stormburst, Jessie's Girl. Then came Frenetica and Miss Elvie over on the fence. Sistine Angel pulled the widest runner in the straight. Zeltsnitz led by a length on Miss Gay Fly, Kunamu. Then Miss LV, and down the outside was Frenetica. It's Miss Gay Fly. She took Zeltsnitz, who couldn't find anything. Then Miss LV and Kunamu. But Miss Gay Fly's raced 2 lengths clear, and Miss Gay Flyer won by 2 on the line. To Miss Elvie second, Pinker a half-head third, Jeter got home the rails for fourth, then Booklet Ain't No Fallen Star, Zeltsnitz carved up in the run home, didn't put
$78, Sammy.
Yeah, we got the winner here travelling in the box seat, and she had a charmed run throughout the run of the race.
$1.40 last year when she won it, and she did it in great style. This year, you can get better odds than that everywhere, Shane, but I don't think we're going to see much action here in the betting ring, really. I think so much has been disclosed, really, in betting in the last 4 days.
Yeah, but they have started to shovel it on only one horse. I can tell you that, Bruce, as we go to the 1:16:26 now. This is the one. They sneaked it out to $2.20 after about 6 or 7 minutes, taken back into 2.10, and it looks like it's going to just continue to form. That Modra 11 to 12. And then we get down to Typhoon Tracy. They bet $2.20, Bruce. It's into $1.95 now. It's been a thumping go. And down the bottom, 10 series 8 out to 10. So the mover and into the red, number 14, Typhoon Tracy.
Well, she was as high as 260 this morning. The bookies really tried to take her on. Perhaps they thought the overnight rain would dampen this track, and this morning it looked a bit grey, and it comes up beautiful this afternoon. It looked a bit grey, and it comes up beautiful this afternoon. A perfect track. They broke.
Yeah, she's got a bit on these at this sort of trip, hasn't she?
And she's been back for a stack too. She's into $1.90 now.
260 really into $1.90. The official flux will tell you 220 into $1.90. The tote's holding up solid with a massive pool here of over 600,000 at even money. You have one more look at them, but this will be
one. CF4. We're set. Hit play. And the starter caught them pretty well. Typhoon Tracy's jumped away pretty well. She's up there in about fourth. Dan Xylem going for the lead from Spacecraft. Now we're going forward. Typhoon Tracy sits right behind Dan Xylem. And Doubtful Jack is third. Hortensia fourth. Spacecraft back fifth from Heart of Dreams. Luniette Forever trapped a little wide, trusting just ahead of him, followed by Linton. Then Rebel Soldier a length. Kaczynski a length and a half away came Zipping. And then Faint Perfume, followed by Shocking 2 lengths away Mudra and Precedence. Dan Xylem the leader. 800 left to go in the CF4. 3/4 of a length cleared at Typhoon Tracy. Doubtful Jack a length away. 3/4 Hortensia tracking Typhoon Tracy. Heart of Dreams 2 lengths away. Fifth on the inside of Spacecraft. They're followed by Linton, Luniette Forever and Trusting together. And 2 lengths away Kaczynski, Rebel Soldier, and a gap then to Zipping and Shocking from Faint Perfume. On the bend they race. Dan Xylem by a half. Typhoon Tracy, Hortensia is right there, ready to challenge. Doubtful Jack behind them, followed by Heart of Dreams looking for the way clear. Spacecraft with a run. Into the straight now, Typhoon Tracy asks for the big run. She levels with Dan Xylem. Hortensia tries to lift. Heart of Dreams comes on. Typhoon Tracy has it narrowly from Hortensia. Heart of Dreams lifting. Typhoon Tracy hanging on. Heart of Dreams charging. Typhoon Tracy hanging on. Just one. From Heart of Dreams, second again, Hortensia third. Dan Xylem, Spacecraft, Doubtful Jack, closely followed then by Trusting Luniette Forever, Linton, Zipping, Kaczynski, Faint Perfume, Mudra. Rebel Soldier trailed in by Shocking towards the end, and Precedence is last. The Queen's back on her throne tonight.
Just, Greg, she's just back, but that's all it needs to be. By gee, it took some winning. Heart of Dreams came out of the 1-2 of last year, 1-2 this year, but she might have that winning feeling back. It was hard work. She absolutely wins.
Sporty Bet Market mover home big time, and amazingly, first, second, and fourth from last year fill exactly the same spots. Sammy,
Yeah, that was such a.
Is that a relief as much as anything?
Well, it's great to see her back on top. You know, it was hard fought. She toughed it out. She was there to be beat, you know, but she stood up today. So very proud to see her back in that, you know, back in that position where she belongs.
Well, being harsh and saying she was John and Valmay Hutchins wait for their champion mare to come back. Well, she's a champion today for the punters as well. 122.7 overall is the time. I know, Sammy, you're thinking they went hard and what it looked there, but she goes back-to-back winning the Orr Stakes, becomes the first female to do that. The only males to do it weren't too shabby. Manikato and Vogue 3 times, and Lord twice. Heavily back. Maxi did for Sporting Bet punter there too.
Raised the bar. He said, I've got this great mare. I will give her a different challenge. Now, what happened is it was established that the A-grade males were too good for her. Now, there's not many of those. We're talking about So You Think and Who Be Gotcha. Virtually take those two out, and she can compete with any other horse in the country, can't she?
No doubt. And she and more Joyous, the premier middle distance miler, 2,000-metre horses, or perhaps she is not. But the main thing was, Richie, Fleet Brigade, we're going to look at the beaten jockeys, but the sectional times tell the tale here. Mudra ran second last, Shane, and ran the second fastest last 200. But a lot of them ran times comparable to the winner, but they basically...
Yeah, look, I'm finding it a very hard race to analyse. It was a sprint home. They've come home in under 34 seconds there. It's a great race on paper where you see all the stayers resuming and you want to see some action. It's like Black Bookers, but it wasn't that type of race.
They just let Luke Curry just lead as he liked on Dan Xylem. They didn't pressurise him, did they?
No.
And he led as he pleased and didn't have to lead at great speed, which allowed Typhoon Tracy to sit outside him. Hortensia sat right behind her. And as you say, we pretty much know that the ability of Heart of Dreams. We know he's capable at this level, but he's not dominant at this level, and he's run her to a head.
It was similar last year. They couldn't have to say is that she showed great character when they loomed to her. She dug in like the champion mare than what she is, and good luck to him. I think, what is it, 6 Group 1s now that she's won, and
fantastic.
It's great to see her back on track.
I think she's now vulnerable
because in this next race here in Melbourne, the David Christensen Rubiton Stakes, he's got 2 runners, and they're both in the mix. They are Avenue and Reward for Effort. You can see on the tape there that Reward for Effort is a $6.
I opened him up at $3.50.
Hortensia, Mark Zauer said he thought that she had the better of Typhoon Tracy on the corner, which she looked to have, but not on the line. Not sure about Ollie. Didn't mention anything about Heart of Dreams. Doubtful Jack, every
barriers. They settle now. They're off and racing. Solar Charge missed it by almost half a length. Catapulted out okay. Avenue away brilliantly. Now Solar Charge drives through. It's Avenue from Solar Charge settling down, and Reward for Effort right on their back as a length away third, and Catapulted a half length away fourth. Acorns fifth on the inside, being followed by Winter King, One Faster Sun, Eagle Falls. And they're being followed well back by Time Matters, and last is Wordmaster. Up the side, Solar Charged at the 600 metres, leads by a half a length. Avenue second. Reward for Effort a length and a half away third. Out three wide from Catapulted, and Acorns getting up on the rails. The rest headed by Winter King, and then Faster Sun and Eagle Falls. Solar Charged Avenue sharing the front round the turn. Reward for Effort poised on their back. Catapulted trying to work clear, hasn't quite got a run. Avenue Solar Charged at the 200. Catapulted trying to shoulder into it. Reward for Effort on his outside. It's Avenue Solar Charge. Catapulted, not much room, but coming. Solar Charged Avenue now. Catapulted. He gets clear. Really finds the line, and Catapulted won it by a half a length. Avenue second. Solar Charged the neck third. Close fourth. Time Matters has made ground with Faster Sun and Acorns. Eagle Falls, and behind them Reward for Effort. Weakened in the run home, and he's finished.
Catapulted, big win. Just took some time to shoulder clear, but you can do that when you're travelling as well as he was. And he was for Michael.
He wasn't quite up to Haylist in the spring, but gee, he's beaten a pretty decent field there, and he's run very quick time in doing so. Right now,
Tonight we played it for him. Would be for mine for team Rodden as we call them, like a Rodden Marcano, except of course for the Lawrence Eels trained gallopers, but with a big weight yesterday, 58. No Haylist in contention. Yeah, Maxi Div there, $3.80. Avenue was as good as she could be.
Like Caviar and Haylist, or because he might get a bit too much weight in the handicaps, but that's the problem that he'll have to solve.
Good to see Rod and Cat.
The horse has squeezed himself behind.
What do you make of the winner?
I think the winner should have won by a lot further. If he'd have got out and hadn't had that bumping duel all the way down the straight, I think the others have been flattered by the fact that he didn't win by as far as he probably should have. I rate him about with Haylist as the second best sprinter in the country behind Black Caviar. I don't think they're within a bull's roar of her, but he's in the next best level, and I'd like to see a match race between him and Haylist again. I think he's improved a lot more than Haylist.
12 months is a long time. I remember rapping him after he won a race in Adelaide, and you call him a B grader.
I did not.
You did.
B grader.
You did.
Towards the end of last year, it meant there's 20 odd million, I think.
Well, Joyous, she got out to 140 momentarily, but Punda said, yeah, that looks pretty good to us. 130, clear-cut favourite. Sacred Choice goes out
to move in, and More Joyous 140 into 130. She paraded well. Looked like she'd done plenty of work, as Caroline has just pointed out. Ready. Mares are off racing. More Joyous jumped well. Marquardt went straight out the back. Montana Flies showing good speed out wide. Took the early lead. More Joyous is going along the fence to settle down in second. And then Graceful Anna running third. No evidence needed fourth as they start to string out. So they look like they're moving along a little bit. Miss Keepsakers last of all. So Montana Fly led by two. From More Joyous, who lobs into its slipstream, coming up towards the bend, about 3 or 4 to Graceful Anna, trying to close on that leading pair. A couple of lengths behind them. Next is No Evidence Needed, followed by Jersey Lily on the outside of Sacred Choice. And then Strawberry Field. Well back as they turn, Marquardt and Miss Keepsake a long last. Up the rise and Montana Fly led. Nash now pulling More Joyous to the outside. A couple of lengths away, Graceful Anna. No Evidence Needed next, and then came Jersey Lily, but he gives her a slap down the shoulder. More Joyous races away. Oh, the others are racing for the silver and the bronze because she's got the gold. She'll absolutely trot in by 2. Graceful Anna got second, Photo third. No Evidence Needed on the outside. Then Marquardt, followed further back by Montana Fly.
Oh, it's a joy to see a mare such as More Joyous back in the winners list here. First up, the Oaks winner out of another Oaks winner, Denise's Joy, and the Dam Half Tuesday Joy, who won 4 Group 1s. There are the English interims for you on screen, $1.40, $1.
Side, then Marquardt, followed.
Just like Typhoon Tracy, basically procession race, they all held their spots once they got past the leader there, Montana Flyer, in the new colours. Maxi Div $1.50, hammered into 130 as your SP. First run for her since the Cox Plate. They ran quick time. Well, it says so there. Race record out, 34.83 home, 33.87. Dominant victory. Pretty arrogant, Rich.
The way the race panned out, it couldn't have worked out better for her. We saw first up last time in, heading into the...
And she trained off quickly. Look, they're only 3/10 outside the course record. They did have a howling gale behind them up the straight when they were running fast times all day, but She came back from a hard run, a gut buster in the Cox Plate. Sometimes they don't come back after those hard runs, but she bounced back in very impressive fashion yesterday.
Away for the gold, wasn't she? And look, everything went lovely for her there. A stablemate, was on the bunny. She get the miles into her legs for the big mile at Randwick, but look, the stable's got that under control, and I can't wait.
Which horses are going to be giving her 3 kilos in the Doncaster? Because you reckon the top weight would have to be 58.
Yeah, look, we'll wait and see. But I think
I don't see any horse being able to give her 3 kilos in a race at the moment. Do you?
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's about the big merger, which is now official, of course, the ATC. We are racing as here today. 9 minutes from start time for this feature race. Should we have a look at these horses in the yard? Rich, we start off. Well, just give me a quick rundown of the board.
We'll go down the board for a start, Caroline. Parables, and we're both not far outside of Northern Meteor's course record for the 1200. So this track on fire today.
Well, we've just seen a little bit of a drizzle now, and that wind has dropped, so they're not going to have the massive tailwind here, but we've seen some...
With the break, Red Tracer got to $4 into 380 and Obsequious is 5 into 4. Now we wait for Slow the Flow. Who's ready? And Parables. Gates are back. Parables jump well. Postchick began fast also. And Postchick will go to the early lead from Obsequious railing up, and then came Red Tracer going up into a handy spot third, followed by Paraguay, and then Milady Padrille. Further back was Potions, who settles down in about fourth last spot from Slow the Flow, who's ready, and Parables, as expected, getting a long way back and spotting the leaders about 10. 700 out. Postchick raced up on the outside and put its head in front. Obsequious still on the fence handy. And now it goes through to regain the lead, followed by Red Tracer and Paraguay. Milady Padrille fifth on the outside of Potions, and then Slow the Flow about to peel to the outside from Who's Ready. And Parables back last of all, 8 off the lead. Coming into the straight, Obsequious the leader by a neck now on Postchick. Red Tracer makes a move on the outside from Paraguay, then Milady Padrille. Parables still giving these leaders a big start, about a half a dozen lengths off the lead. Obsequious ran to the front of the 200 from Red Tracer, and then Paraguay followed further back by Postchick, but it's Obsequious with 100 metres to go. Punched out by McAvoy, it's going to be too good. And 1.5 Red Tracer. Parables got up for third. Just in front of Potions, a good run, followed by Milady Padrille. And then Paraguay, followed by... further back behind them, slow.
Neck by 1 3/4 lengths, 109.5 the time, 34.75 the final 600 metres. As
Obsequious there, Rich and Mark, put on for it, really ran well. Time
to run fourth. Again, Parables, we seem to be making excuses for her all the time, but she jumped a length in front. I thought Josh probably could have held his position and tried to slot in rather than just dragging straight back to last. But as I said, we seem to make excuses for her all the time. The next run will be...
She was strong at 1,200 metres, but she certainly was yesterday. Dictated terms, pressured a little mid-race and got the job done well. Red Tracer, out of restricted class racing, and lifted to another level there. She's very, very promising and proved that yesterday. She's a nightmare, this Parables. She's just got no race sense whatsoever. She's highly talented. I think she's a better...
To race 7, the David Jones Royal Sovereign Stakes for the 3-year-old Colson Geldings, a Group 2, and Richard Masquerader, the favourite, already well supported here on course.
Runners on the onto the track. Let's go down the board quickly here. Presto goes from 4 out to 550 on.
Boarded Master Harry has been well backed also. So only a couple to move in. They're loading very quickly here for the running of the David Jones Royal Sovereign Stakes. Racing. Masquerader missed it a little bit on the inside. Skill came out a bit slowly as well. And Master Harry went through in the early stages to take the lead from Audacious Spirit. And then came Light Brigade and Top Drop, not all that far away. Masquerader picking up ground along the fence. And then came Bright Expectations, followed by No Hesitation. Back past midfield, Press Day, but he's racing very wide without any cover. From I Love This City and Skilled, and Presido back last of all. Master Harry led from Audacious Spirit, a half away running second. Masquerader still pinching runs along the inside to go up and share third with Top Drop out a little bit wider. Then Press Day on the improve, but he's had a tough run, followed further back in behind them next as they make the turn by Light Brigade. And then came Bright Expectations coming into the straight. And Master Harry, the leader from Audacious Spirit. Masquerader's out into the clear if he's good enough. Top Drop on the outside. And further back behind them, I Love This City. Audacious Spirit went up to Master Harry. There's nothing between them. They're a couple of lengths in front of I Love This City running on. And so too is Skilled. Audacious Spirit on the outside. Went up to Master Harry. Got a narrow lead. Audacious Spirit and Master Harry. Audacious Spirit in front. Bobbing finish.
Audacious Spirit or Master Harry, whatever got the stride in will win it. Very tight on the line. Skilled as flashed home and will be in a photo for third with Top Drop and I Love This City. Then Light Brigade.
Goes the head down on the line. Just wait and see. Or maybe it is the inside. We'll have to wait on the judge's call for the
Very narrow margin. He's run well. Skill. Might have seen Skill back in form, and I Love This City. Probably lost no admirers either.
Yeah, went through the English.
The feature race in New Zealand yesterday, the Waikato Draft Sprint. Now, this was one of the best fields we've seen assembled in New Zealand for quite some time.
Start the Cobra line. 3 lengths away in the Guineas Street. Keep the pace. Wake inside now and Gamoon Steam. Mufasa. Mufasa in front of the 100 metres. Wall Street moving up. Keep the line. If not, keep the pace. Shot. Mufasa another great ball. He's done.
He's been very dominant, the most dominant horse in New Zealand over the summer racing carnival. They're picking up another Group 1 yesterday.
Yeah, that's a good race, isn't it? That's one of the best New Zealand races I've seen in ages. And he's just flying Mufasa, and Sam's got an amazing affinity with that horse. And look, we can say it now. We'll have another look at her. I'm being a little forgiving yesterday. She's much better than that.
Seemed Shane to totally dominate the betting.
They do, but there's been a move for the class runner here, Shamrocker. They're betting at 115%. Shamrocker, they put up 10. That was well and truly taken early. 10 in 8.
He's pretty straightforward, Johnny. Not too much left out there.
No.
Support for Sammy's top pick here forward to 370 Southern Speed, but the market mover is Do Ra Mi. Peter Moody about to hit the boards, perhaps.
So 2 to get set. Do Re Mi, marginally the first 2 to get set. Do Re Mi, the 100 metres. Do Re Mi was marginally the first to bounce out. Away quickly in the early part is Absolutely. And also going forward is the Billy. And they're going to the lead in the early part. Just off them, Bride, Salama, Precious, Lorraine. Southern Speed getting back past midfield. Being followed, Cat, is Bride, Salama. Southern Speed, the outside, about 4 to 5 lengths off the leader. Count your fingers back on the inside of Shamrocker and 2 lengths away. Becerra, 700 left to go, and Zabili the leader, a neck in front of Do Re Mi. Right behind them, Absolutely in the black colours, and Precious Lorraine the outside. Then Bride Salama, Southern Speed, Shamrocker, count your fingers, and Becerra last as the Vanity Field is on the swing for home. And it is Zabili, one of the outsiders, a neck in front. Do Re Mi travelled pretty well second, Absolutely behind them. They're followed then by Shamrocker and Southern Speed. They're both coming down the outside. Do Re Mi claimed the lead. 300 left to go. Southern Speed's right there to challenge. And these two kick away a little on Shamrocker and then Becerra. Do Re Mi with Southern Speed. They've come away to fight it out. Do Re Mi the inside. Southern Speed on the outside. Lendop getting something out of the South Australian. She takes the lead. Southern Speed drew away. Too good for Do Re Mi. Beat her a length and a quarter. Cut your fingers. Rattled home into third. And then Shamrocker, Becerra and Absolutely together. Followed Bride Salama.
Unbeaten record in very decisive fashion, looming up and nailing Do Ra Mi, who was good, brave, but not good enough. Southern Speed, too much in the fight. It never affected her, so it's good. You've got her in the Guineas. Would you persevere and run against the boys in that?
Well, we will give it some thought. We'll see what Spirited Eagle does, and then we'll think about it.
Would you line those two up? Obviously,
look at the interims here for Inglis: 350, 140, 120. The Quinella.
And then Shamrocker, Becerra.
Southern Speed by Little Known Stallion. Southern Image, great type, paraded beautifully, ran right up the looks, remains unbeaten. Maxi div there for Sporting, but at $4.20. Runner in Spirited Eagle, who Leon had said not
ran very well against the boys. Look, she was terrific. Only her third start. She was strong at the line, sort of 1400. Her 1173 last 200 was the fastest of the day. She elite 1600 metres, and I'm not convinced the boys this year. Let's just say they're an even lot to my eye at this stage. I think she measures right up.
Do Ra Mi, Luke,
physically, she's not there yet, my filly.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take anything away from the winner. Like, the winner's pretty smart horse.
Good type, isn't it?
Yeah. Even Spirited Eagle can't keep up with her.
She is Adelaide's Black Caviar. She is a ripper. She'll be very hard to beat in the Guineas if they head that way.
Well, let's
keep the roll going. The CSA Stakes is the 3-year-old feature this afternoon for the horses heading towards the Guineas on Super Saturday here. There's your take call. Comes up tight.
Now, Dusty Star lines up into the stalls.
6, right them up, guys.
In a really big move for this horse, engine number 9. Here's the favourite coming in now. Engine number. They're off and racing. And the first one to bounce out was Starts Me Up. Dusty Star got away well and rails through to go to the lead. Away quickly too, Mr. Shard is diving up on the inside and Dominant Forces there as well. Engine number 9 settles down about 7th or so, and 2 lengths behind him is Anachiever. But Dusty Star run fence further back is Hollow Lee. He's deep around Anachiever, Live and Let Die, and then Smoke and Joey. Bullbar's second last. Absolutely Awesome is last of all at the 600. Dusty Star by 3 population. 4 lengths away, Spirited Eagle and Mr. Shard together with Dominant Force. They're swinging for home now, and they're followed by Goldstone pulled out wide. Engine number 9 coming through nearer the inside. Back behind them, let's see, Anachiever. Geez, well back. He's about 3rd last here. Dusty Star getting tight. Population after him with Mr. Shard. Engine number 9 getting right up on the inside. And Starts Me Up is coming, and Bullbars is right down the extreme outside. Engine number 9 had it narrowly from Starts Me Up. Bullbars coming on the outside. Spirited Eagle putting through with about 50 metres to go. Bullbars Swamp Starts Me Up. Bullbars grabs Starts Me Up and 1. Spirited Eagle a length 3rd, and then Engine number 9 and Absolutely Awesome. Just behind these, Dusty Star, Population, and Achieve.
It was too, coming from
last, ever since he started the 2-year-old. So, look, he knows, Kieran's there to do that job, and, I'm more than happy to.
Seems Believing, awesome win from back. Absolutely awesome run. Excellent also. Bullbuzz had won his first start, hadn't won since. Maxi dived at $15. Elusive Quality having a resurgence there.
Last admittedly, they went quick for him. 47.5 first 800. They went about 9 or 10 lengths faster than Do Re Mi at the 800. So they certainly went quickly. So something could run over them. Still a terrific effort. Starts Me Up was very good. Certainly every chance, but very solid. Shows how good Sump and Enopin probably is. And Spirited Eagle, who faced the breeze, was a good effort. Engine number 99 Sound went back to the inside. Not 100% convinced that was the A ground. Best run in the race, equal with the winner. Absolutely Awesome, who was terrific.
Spirited Eagle's run.
A little easier, but nevertheless, it was set up for those horses who took cover from the strong wind on a strong pace. And, if you didn't come home in that race, you were just disappointing. And Achiever, he's a head scratcher for me at the moment. I don't know where he's at.
Yeah, strong win by the winner. He was only 2nd up there. He stuck on well, and I don't know whether he's a deserved Australian Guineas favourite. There was the second horse has done it, and there was a terrific run in that race from a very promising stayer, a horse called Absolutely Awesome. I reckon he's a Derby horse in the making for sure. He was only 1st up there. Let's have a look at this market.
Well, they are about to go in the Group 1 Coolmore Lightning Stakes. First leg of the Global Sprint Challenge. Whose camp are you in? The flags are out. Black Caviar and Hayless. There's plenty of them out there with the punters and in the mounting out with all the connections. I think I'm in this camp, Black Caviar. So are all the punters. Shane, we'll get to you shortly, but $1 and Sprinter, Black Caviar, and at $5.70 about Hayless. Shane?
Just remembering back to 88, I don't think they had a Danny Andy badge that day either, did they? Right. Let's get to the betting ring, and it shows that Haylist, who opened up in 460, has eased out to $5. It's better than at 30, 21 out to 31. Now, Black Caviar, they bet as much as 145, some little 150 earlier in the week. It opened up at 128. It's eased to 130. It's already been confirmed by Jerry Walsh as the sport.
Out here, number 1, of course, is the hulking sprinter from the West. It is Haylist, and we're going to have a chat to John.
Today, I can't see anything but one horse winning, but it is good to see him back.
And the champion mare, the world champion sprinter, Black Caviar. Most eyes on her as she parades here, and she parades in awesome style.
Well, and puts himself right there and travels sweetly. He'll just ride his horse as he does most times. He gets him in the zone and walking back in.
Still having a shot of him, but
the Coolmore Lightning right to go. Stand by for a start. They're ready to off and racing. And Black Caviar jumped away very nicely. So too Troopers. Hayless got away all right. King Pulse eased in behind them. Leapfrog jumped away all right and is showing some speed, and Warm Love's gone through and settling fully. Warm Love has it narrowly with Black Caviar. Leapfrog and the Bright Pink close to the inside, trailed by Crystal Lily Grandules. Haylist is right on the outside of Black Caviar. There's probably only 3/4 between these two, and then True Persuasion and King Pulse and Tollesbury bring up the rear. 400 left to go now. Black Caviar, she's gone to the lead. Haylist only 3/4 away, staying on with her. They've beaten off Warm Love, and then True Persuasion Persuasion, but Black Caviar at the 200 metres. The crowd starts to applaud already. She's gone 3 lengths in front. This can't go on. A good battle for third, but this is why she's rated the best in the world. A good look at this. Black Caviar is going to be eased down to a canter. Scored by 4 to Haylist. Warm Love stayed on for third. Crystal Colson, Tollesbury bring up the rear. 400 left to go now. Black Caviar, she's gone to the lead. Haylist only 3/4 away, staying on with her. They've beaten off Warm Love and then True Persuasion, but Black Caviar at the 200 metres. The crowd starts to applaud already. She's gone 3 lengths in front. This can't go on. A good battle for third, but this is why she's rated the best in the world. Have a good look at this. Black Caviar is going to be eased down to a canter. Scored by 4 to Haylist. Warm Love stayed on for third. Crystal Lily and Grand Duels, trailed by True Persuasion, King Pulse, Leapfrog and Tollesbury.
Well, that's absolutely amazing. An astonishing performance for a Group 1 sprinter to blow away a field like that, make them look absolutely second rate, throttle down the win in first gear by the end of it. Embarrassing. Unbelievable performance. She's the world's best. Take her anywhere. Bring her here. I don't care. She was, I guess what I came to see, Shane, and she's been able to deliver and deliver in spades today.
Well, she's just an amazing. She is 57.2, but the time's irrelevant because Luke stopped riding her at the 150. She could have.
What do you say? You know, it's the cricket scores. What do you say? I've sort of lost. Lost things to say about it. Just, I think I put it simply on Thursday. Awesome.
I think even that ease of that performance, the dominating, I mean, you've been a much a part of
people, but we want to do the right thing by her as well.
Share it with the world or just Australia?
They've got televisions in the rest of the world, so and there's plenty of planes come this way. So if any of them want to jump on one and come and have a crack, I'm sure they'll find a slot for them in a Group 1 here in Australia.
No, if they saw that, they wouldn't be going anywhere. Thanks, Pete. Well done.
Thanks,
Colin. Here's Gary. We'll get Gary Wilkie, who's just as much as part of this horse. Gary, when she goes fast, she does go fast, but then you're able to throttle her right down.
Yeah, well, she's the sort of horse, when you relax on her, she turns off too, She does it at home in her gallops as well, and you see her going to the gates today, just relaxed at the buckle, and she canters up there without a worry in the world, and she soaks it up in the yard beforehand, so she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, well, you probably don't need to, but would you like one day to...
I've never seen Vane, but they're saying that she's the best sprinter they've seen by panels. So that's what some of the other trainers were saying here today. That won't be the end of talking about it today, but right now, let's head back.
The total by Black Caviar, the world champion sprinter, and just looking at some sectional time, Shane Templeton, this is where she won it, between the 600 and the 400, 10.34, 400 and 200, 10.59. She's good.
Does that even get to 21?
No.
She's unbelievable. Look, just a couple. I spoke to Johnny Minton there for a few minutes. He stayed around for the presentation and applauded her. He said, I'm still shaking my head. That's the best I've had that horse, Haylist, since I've taken him over.
Yep.
I feel embarrassed now because I really came to this race confident we'd beat her. And he said, there's nothing can beat her. She is totally unbelievable. I rang Pat Hyland and he said,
Yeah.
He never gives an inch on Vane. He's prepared to call her the female Vane, and his last line had said, it'd be a very interesting race if he was still around to take her on. But I think you can detect that he does rate her very highly, as like everybody else. She's just totally unbelievable.
The domination in
Black Caviar.
Highest price was 144. That was earlier in the week. And bet for SP 133 only matched as high as 135 in the run.
Pleasure to be here after seeing Black Caviar. Look, run of the day, as we like to start outside of her, and the best racetrack performance I've seen since Martin Power's astonishing Caulfield Cup win in world record time.
Wasn't it, Mark Shan? Good morning to you.
Yes, Bruce. This country's blessed with some great sprinters. We've had champions over the years, Vane, Scalacci, Takeover, Target, Manicato, but you'd certainly be mentioning her in the same breath, I'd say.
Much.
I liken it to the men's 100 metre. The men's 100 metre finals. The shortest sprint in horse racing is 1,000 metres. Same with the men's 100 metres. It'd be like Usain Bolt throttling down at the 50 metre mark and waving to the crowd. Basically, it was the ease, the arrogance of the performance.
Yep. And then she dashes, but she keeps like normally a horse when they sprint that well, they'll peak on it, but she seems to get stronger and stronger and stronger. If she can run 10.5 sort of sectionals for 200 metres into light riding, do you have any idea what she can do full bore? I don't know if she's going to get any quicker. Yep. Maybe the overall time is would be comparable. So if you wanted to go out there and race the clock, you could probably
do some damage. But so long as she's winning, we don't really care.
No, for sure.
3/4 away, staying on with her. She's gone 3 lengths in front. This can't go on. A good battle for third, but this is why she's rated the best in the world. Have a good look at this. Black Caviar is going to be eased down to a canter. Scored by 4 to Haylist. Warm Love stayed on for third.
Looks pretty good today, doesn't it? 9 out of 9. Looked even better yesterday live. 9 out of 9. First 9 career starts. Maxi Div there $1.40.
You looked at Glenn Schofield and you thought, oh, he's going all right. Then he started to shake up. Then you look back to Luke Noel and you thought, did he get sleep? And then absolute awesome. I thought the quote of Glenn Schofield's was the best yesterday. He said, we came down here with everyone else knew that Black Caviar was the best. He said, now Johnny McNair and I know it as well.
Thanks, Bruce.
Matter is she's making good horses look like they're second rate. Like Haylist has won 12 from 15. He beat Melito and Hot Danish in the spring by 5 and 6 lengths, and they've won about yesterday. So that just shows you the ability that she's got, that she can make good horses look like they're hacks chasing her.
That's the Celts.
Absolutely, no excuses. Everybody probably knew it except us, and now we know as well.
Loomed up like you're going to put a bit of pressure on her, but she responded quickly.
She's just pretty tough. She had something racing alongside her, really. I was happy to let someone else do the donkey work for me. I chimed in and then she just left me for dead.
You were going as good as you possibly could.
Well, speaking of hard heads, Richard Friedman, now surely that melted your heart yesterday, that performance.
Oh, it was an outstanding performance. Look, she's an outstanding sprinter, probably the best I've seen. And I got to say, I never built that up as a match race. I never thought it was a match race. I never thought anything could get within 5 lengths of her. They actually did get within 5 lengths of her, but they shouldn't have. If he'd actually ridden it to the line, they wouldn't have got within 6 or 8 of her. Fantastic performance. She's great.
You've just said, Ron, they want to get the horse overseas and things like that. But I think Peter makes a very, very good point. She's the world's best. If you want to take her on, come and meet her over here. And I reckon that's the best way to play it.
We'd remember her as, she might have been the greatest sprinter we've ever seen. But if she goes on and wins everything, which she probably will, then she will go down as perhaps the greatest sprinter we've ever seen. But she's going to get it. Gets easier from now on, as far as I'm concerned. Well, because she's only going to meet 4 and 5 horse fields and wait for age races, and they're all going to be the second raters wanting to go around for second prize money. So it gets easier, as it has done for
money and.
Oh, look, it's just sensational. Her splits between the 6 and the 4 and the 4 and the 2. Would you believe between the 600 and the 400, the fastest sectional of the race was run by Haylist, and that was 10-3. But that's the sectional that he was gutted because she was on the bit where he was off the bit.
Yeah, he was just trying to get himself in fight with her, and he had to burn a bit of petrol then to do it. And she ended up, as you say, she just coasted away. Look, those sort of wins. I think, the brilliant performances like that are more about the opposition than they are about the superstar, because, no one wins the Olympic pole vault by a metre. The bar at that level gets raised by very small amounts. When you get a blowout win like that, I think it says more about the opposition. And I'm just looking through the field that she beat. Haylist, obviously a high-class sprinter. Behind him, I'm thinking in the open section, when you're meeting all comers in sprints, the rest of them are probably Group 2 and 3 horses.
Yeah,
but she beat them like
It's easy for you to say that. She beat them with a head on a chest.
I'm saying she did.
Times aren't everything in racing as well. Some people are saying, well, she didn't run fast time. Let's face it, it was a dead track. There was a looking at
very strong
black,
headwind.
Yeah, the Black Caviar flags flying around there. They looked like there was a big wind blowing. So it all comes down to conditions on the day, and the conditions weren't there to break any records.
Well, she'd have broken that
any race. But the simple fact is, over the last few years, trainers want tracks prepared for dead. How on earth are they going to break track records with a headwind and a dead 5 for a start?
Well, I don't see in my lifetime specials 55.5 for the 1,000 up the straight ever being broken, but or in that race anyway. So I agree with you that the conditions are now different. It's going to be much harder to run those times.
The question has to be asked:
couple of months. Let's have a look at our feature race on the program. Group 2 Apollo Stakes. Richie, as far as the betting, our favourite mare here in Sydney, Hot Danish. Well, she was drifting a little bit. There's been a little bit of money for her now.
She's the best I've seen. She is the best I've seen. Always thought take over Target. I said I won't see a better sprinter than him, but wow, she'd pick him up. She just.
Daniel Park, the horse.
So they've come for a quite big here late. 5 to move up. Go, often racing, and that was a great start. Hot Danish began well. Melito going up on the outside. The other mare to put ahead in front early on, and Love Conquers all punching up in the middle. Lawn Dancer and Once Were Wild, not all that far away, but Clark is searching for the lead on Hot Danish. Centennial puzzled out, and Hot Danish led on the fence by a half a length. Melito, and he's starting to slow them up now. Love Conquers all is third. It's on the outside of Once Were Wild and Lawn Dancer, so Love Conquers all looks like it's posted out wide there. Then Centennial Park getting a good run in midfield, followed by Vision and Power. Run for Nara next, further back behind them, Dan Lee and a Metal Bender on the inside last of all. Coming to the 600 and Hot Danish led by a neck. Melito on the outside second, and then Once Were Wild on the back of the leaders. Love Conquers All's had a tough run. Lawn Dancer in the centre. Centennial Park edging up on the outside. Now coming into the straight. 400 to go, and it's Hot Danish the leader. Melito on the outside, giving a race for the moment. They're a couple of lengths in front of Love Conquers All. Centennial Park down the outside. It's Melito and Hot Danish. It's battle stations for the favourite here, Hot Danish. Melito's a neck in front of Hot Danish, and Melito is clear with about 100 metres to go. She's a giant killer, Melito. She'll go down to the post and win it from either Hot Danish or Centennial Park. Then Once Were Wild, followed by Metal Bender. Further back, Love Conquers All, never got on the track, and then Dan Lee, followed by Lawn Dancer. At the head of the others, next Vision and Power at last.
An underrated galloper, isn't she? Melito, she's already won the 2 Group 1. She's taken out the Apollo Stakes first up off the back of a very good trial. And look...
Mate, no worries. Couldn't hold her any slower coming the corner, went past Hot Danish, given Winburn.
She's going to have a big weight in the men's race. I don't think she could have won it anyway.
Looks a bit stronger now, Gerald, and you think she'll be able to get a little bit further? Probably 1400's been a limit in the past, but do you think she'll be able to... I know you tried her at longer distances, but probably her best distance has been around 14 in the past. Do you think she'll get a little bit further now?
I think she will, Mark, because we often when she come back in, because the idea was...
Maxi div there for Sporting Bet customers at $8.50 beating the favourite Hot Danish. No excuse for mine at $3. And Breton.
Yeah, she is. She's a big man, those big, and probably just starting to mature properly. Like people are saying Hot Danish has slipped. I don't know. She's probably still running the same race as she was running 12 months ago. Well, we beat her as a 3-year-old filly. I think the score's now 2-2 out of 4 meetings. And we've probably improved since the...
Time she's ever won first up.
Yeah, she's a ripping mare. First time she's tried 1400 first up, and a great tactical ride by Avdulla. He caught them napping. I think everyone sort of had the speed map in their back of the head, and they were a little bit casual out the barrier. He went bang, one dig, and he was across outside the lead. And he drew outside Love Conquers All and had him 3 deep before you could blink. Terrific ride, terrific mare who's headed somewhere. She invariably improves after a run or two. Gerald's thinking about stretching her out to the mile, and who's to say that she won't run it? Hot Danish, she ran another good race, just lacks that knockout blow now. A couple of the stayers went excellent there.
5 here is the favourite, and Moshe. He's a good-looking colt. The Hawks team always turn them out beautifully, and his coat's absolutely gleaming. The brother, as I mentioned, of course, to Black Caviar. He's from the
support, but now at the $7.50. Here he is, $1.80. To $1.85, now $1.90.
And of course, he's got that bit of a boom on him. Now they're moving up into the stalls. Checks his watch, goes up. Time on the outside beat him out, but now Moshe rushes through to take the lead. Paraguay third, and Kelcher settling on the back of the leader in fourth. And from the vault goes back to second last and miss him in. On the circle up towards the bend, and Moshe, the odds-on favourite, led. The full brother to the Black Flash, led out by a length on decision time. Kelcher's next from Paraguay, and from the vault starting a run. Moshe in front as they turn, decision time quickly upsides with it. Kelch getting a rails run. Paraguay joining in on the outside. Moshe is headed here by decision time, who's got the lead on the outside. Paraguay next, and Kelcher's on the rail. It's decision time with the big weight in front. Paraguay on the outside, Kelcher's on the fence, but decision time's in front as they draw to the line. Carries the big weight first up. Great effort. Beat Kelch. Third's a photo, Paraguay and Moshe. And then a gap in the field after those.
12 starts now for 7 wins.
Catch your breath, mate. I'll read these. 5.50.
And then a gap in the field.
And Avdulla again there on decision time. All liners must go to that horse, Rich.
Look, he's a top draw horse. We know that. I think Clary's done a wonderful job with him when he went down. He won the Black Opal, and then he ran second in the Golden Slipper. He had the 60.5 yesterday. He went up and sat outside Moshe, who probably won that.
He's a beauty. Look, he is one that did hold condition yesterday, but he had 60.5. The rest of them had 53 kilos. He gave them all 7.5 kilos. He poured the pressure on outside the lead, and he come out on top. he doesn't get credit for what he deserves, this horse. I feel sorry for Clary.
More sand.
Look, I'm a little forgiving with Moshe. I hate horses. Well, the boom was probably too big. I mean,
Really?
if
Someone
he
was on
wasn't
a bandwagon, were they?
Well, if it wasn't, they priced him like he was
Caviar,
Black
right,
Caviar.
yeah.
It was come up $1.40 on the tote.
Nice
It wasn't Black Caviar. It was his brother. It was probably the way he got beaten.
No, that feels.
Yeah.
Field of babies to go around in the Group 2 Silver Slipper Stakes, and we have two of the horses at the top of the market. Well, Satin Shoes is currently the favourite, just easing to $2.10, and Straight Gold, well, the money's coming for this horse.
Indeed, Caroline. Crystal Rocket and Boston City and Karma Force about to come forward ahead of Danger. There they go. Often racing. Boston City missed it. Satin Shoes flew out of the stalls. Alki going forward. The Kiwi to shade it shortly after the start. Karma Force in between them in the early stages. So Satin Shoes out 3 wide. Bowman will have to kick up to go to the lead. Back on the inside, Straight Goal, but he's over racing. He's racing a little bit fiercely and he hung out on that turn. Al's Magic Miss next. Wild and Proud is out very wide off the track. Crystal Rock going up in the centre. And then Diamond of Pegasus followed further back behind them by Elite Falls. As they run to the turn, Danger Lurks and Boston City last. Straight Gold's over racing. He's pulled his way up on the outside, but he's wobbled on the turn. Satin Shoes over on the fence as the joint leader from Straight Gold, and then came Alki behind them. A couple of lengths to Karma Force, running to the 200, and Satin Shoes is doing better than Straight Gold. She bettered away the filly. Alki's in third spot. Elite Falls next, and then came Al's Magic Miss. Bowman hands and heels on Satin Shoes. Elite Falls is rushing down the outside. Satin Shoes is going to cling on by the looks of it. She wins the Silver Slipper, and Satin Shoes won it. Elite Falls got second. Third home was Straight Gold. He did everything right. Then Al's Magic Miss, followed by Diamond of Pegasus.
Remains unbeaten. $700,000 English Easter yearling sales purchase. $260. Your maxi div there. Straight Gold didn't help itself. We can measure to some extent Sepoy through.
2-year-old form, especially, it's a long time ago, isn't it, for those? But look, she was terrific. She ran faster time than decision time earlier in the day. Went 29.3 first to 500, so she clearly had to do some work. She actually ran, she would have led Moshe by some 6 lengths on relative times. But Straight Gold was terrific, did a stack wrong. Elite Force looks desperate for 1200, and the rest are in a different league there.
Like she's at the right man.
Year-old in Sydney, whether she can beat Sepoy, I don't know, but I think she's got the others covered.
Hobartville Stakes it is for the 3-year-olds. Some Group 1 winners going around here, but it's the up-and-comer that has started, or opened up as favourite anyway. He's starting to drift now. Some Pin, Any Pin, opened at $2.70, now at $3.30, David.
Yeah, terrific race, Caroline. 120% the market. We can go down the board. Press Day, who's been a drifter, $9 to $11. Originally just did it.
As far as the betting, I Love This City is $4.40 into $3.70. Won by Monton last year. Micmac Serious Speed racing to win. You go back off number 9, Some Pin, Any Pin. All right, there are the totes for the the betting there on the top.
Press Day went straight up in the air at the start, missed it by 3. Audacious Spirit came out fast, took the early lead, going with it in the early stages, American Crew and Light Brigade. Something Any Pin is going forward to sit outside the lead early on, and Skilda's trying to follow it across, followed by Slow the Flow. I Love the City's found a nice spot in about 7th, and then at the head of the others, Retrieve back along the inside from Top Drop to Masquerader. Audacious Spirit led 800 out. Some Pin, Any Pin second. Skilled No Luck from the wide alley. He's 3 wide on a limb. Light Brigade 4th. American Crew 5th in the centre. Then Slow the Flow. I Love This City. Switched out 3 wide, about to creep up, followed by Retrieve. And then Top Drop at the head of the others. Masquerader being pushed along. Presido was next. And then Presto is on heels at the moment, and Straight Albert last. Turning for home. And Audacious Spirit led a next. Some Pin, Any Pin on the outside. Moves up to it quickly. Then Skilled I Love This City is starting to join in on the outside as well. And Retriever's getting a run in the middle. Some Pin, Any Pin is grabbed here by I Love This City. He went to the front from Skilled. Retriever's running on, but I Love This City broke away. 100 to go. It's I Love This City racing away, and he'll take out the Hobartville a length and a half. Retrieve got second. Photo for third. Masquerader or Skilled, who battled on well after a tough run. Then Slow the Flow, followed by Presido, and then...
Well, that's a pretty happy Brenton Abdallah, and I'd say pretty happy Graham and Sue Begg, and the owners as well. I Love This City. Gee, that was a dominant performance there in the Hobartville Stakes. Brenton Abdallah, whoops, waving the whip before the post. I think he might be.
I Love This City for Graham Beek, Brendan Abdallah, the colt by Magic Albert. Retrieve was super as well. Skilled was honest again. He's come back.
Skill was honest as well, but this horse was dominant, and Retriever's the one to go for the Derby for sure.
He got fined 300 for that, Brenton Avdulla going up behind the irons.
Well, I think that was a little bit of payback.
Well, there won't be any races at his home track because the Randwick Guineas is at Warwick Farm for a start.
Yeah.
Look, this is a dominant performance, and he was ridden a little bit more aggressively there yesterday. He's riding in sensational form, this Avdulla. This horse is still yet to peak, and the world's at his feet. I thought Skilled was sensational.
Runners in the yard here for race 3. This is the Angus Armanasco tote call here.
Just sort of another prize to give the best name that ever comes.
Track upgraded earlier today. No surprise here. Warm afternoon here in Melbourne. Not far away from the first of the Group 1 races. It'll be race 5.
We'll start booklet squeeze to the end of the field soon after the jump. And first to begin is Saya Hail Mary out in front of Jeter, and Kaya moving up on the outside, getting past Saya Hail Mary almost a length on Kaya, and Zelsnitz is posted 3 wide still. Length and a half away, Jessie's Girl, being followed by Jeter. 3 lengths away, Sistine Angel Frenetica. 2 lengths to Booklet, Pinker, and about 3 lengths away to Miss Elvie. At the 600 metres, Saya Hail Mary has it 3/4 Kaya. Zelsnitz the outside third, and right behind them Jessie's Girl going up behind the leader from Jeter under pressure. Frenetica running on, couple of lengths away then Booklet and Pinker starting to make some ground. Sistine Angel second last, and 3 Miss Elvie. Saya Hail Mary by 2 lengths. Jessie's Girl coming around the home turn. Here's Frenetica running on. Sistine Angel getting over heels. Pinker starting to come up the middle of the track. Saya Hail Mary a length and a half in front of Pinker, Frenetica and Sistine Angel. Saya Hail Mary getting tired. Pinker swoops late. Pinker surges away. Pinker a length on the line. Saya Hail Mary a length and a quarter. Sistine Angel third. Frenetica might get the fourth from Jessie's Girl. Booklet, Jeter.
Wouldn't be Blue Diamond Day without Dwayne Dunn playing a role, and he arrives here on Pinker in unbelievably quick time. They're just outside Exceed and Excel's course record here. This track is racing fast. 1:21.40.
Set up, of course, by the leader, Saya Hail Mary. Maxi Div was your rest.
Tracker, really, I've certainly got that one wrong. Look, good, strong win. Ran 46.4 first 800 for standing start. Staggering early sectional. Set fast overall time. 0.26 outside the track record. Mary with all that considered terrific. Sistine Angel in the same boat. And Booklet in the figure 5 with Zelsnitz.
Okay, Zelsnitz.
She was a good filly before that race. I'm not so sure. I think she comes out the back end of it looking a good filly. Pinker. Like her a lot. I really like her. And there's something about her. She likes it wet or dry. I'm interested to follow her progress.
Rich, I think she'll come to Sydney Autumn Classic as we get ready for race 4 here at Caulfield on Blue Diamond Day. There's the tote market.
For gear 13 into 12. That wasn't a surprise given what they shoved on it at Bedfair Park. Elusive King just firms again.
So let's see, down on the inside, away quickly is Elusive King, and up there is Folding Gear, and El Mindoro had begun well. He's up having a share of the front at the moment, and Clemente is coming over from wider out, and Kim Devine is just off them as they're settled into stride, and draw the rail, followed Eureka Jack and Doomsky, and I Think I Do last, 700 metres to go. El Mindoro by a half, Clemente in second, 2 lengths away then Folding Gear on the outside of Elusive King, then a length and a half further back in the field is Kim Devine with Muirfield going up on the outside. The rest headed then by Machine. Eureka Jack pulled to the outside, and second draw boxing on the rail. But El Mindoro has the lead coming around the turn from Clemente. Elusive King gets over their heels, running on Folding Gear, and Kim Devine sweeps down the outside. El Mindoro's been headed. Elusive King and Folding Gear go to the lead at the 200 metres, and then Kim Devine. It's Elusive King and Folding Gear from Kim Devine. Elusive King the inside. Kim Devine on the outside. Folding Gear's coming home the better. Folding Gear and hit the line. Folding Gear by a head to Elusive King. 3 lengths. El Mindoro might just hold the third from Machine, Kim Devine, and then Doomsky, and just behind those.
King 2 even, El Mindoro 150, battled away well.
Right, whatever it's called now, Derby. Derby anyway, the Derby in Sydney.
Good looking win, horse going the right way about it.
And coverage of Group 1 racing from Caulfield. This is the first of our Group 1 races. It's the Rock Ebony Futurity Stakes, first leg of the Asian Mile Series. This leg going back to 1,400 metres. It's a former distance this year. And, of course, it attracts one of the best mares in the country, More Joyous. 2 great horses at the moment, More Joyous and Black Caviar. Won a real sprinter, won a sprinter mile, perhaps More Joyous. There she is on the tote, dominating $1.50. And
17 to 18, 100 to 1 for Wild Rouge. More Joyous. I've taken it again. 145 into 140 virtually as soon as the bookies put up a price. Hortensia 13.
One though is Who Got You for Ollie, going for 4 wins in this race. More Joyce's kid is running the Cox Plate when was found out there, but looks to have come back in great nick. She's got an impeccable record. I know Gay's here today. Singo's here. Well, I'm sure Richard's down amongst them. It's Singo's new colours. And there she is. She's not that.
And the mighty Scalacci, he said, glad they weren't around when this thing was running.
And it's Black Caviar. And of course, we'll see it a couple of weeks' time in the Newmarket handicap. Mares Rick on the race, not too bad because Typhoon Tracy winning it live.
On the inside, they're off and racing. More Joyous jumps away well. Away very quickly is Doubtful Jack, and also pushing through is King Mufasa in the middle, and they lead Dow Dow and Wild Rouge. And Who Got You went back last, but they settle down, and it's King Mufasa with the lead. Has to do a bit of work, and keeping him honest over on the outside, Doubtful Jack. Nash let them go on More Joyous, and the favourites, it's a length and a half away third. 2 lengths to Dow Dow, Wild Rouge, a length and a half Hortensia. Then came Sailor Gear and Darby Ennis on the outside. At a length and a half, We're Going to Rock with Who Got You at the tail. Less than 800 left to go, and King Mufasa by a half. Doubtful Jack second, 2 lengths away, More Joyous. A further 2 lengths then, Wild Rouge the inside of Dow Dow. 1.5 Hortensia, RB Ennis tracking wide. Sailor Gear the rail, and then came We're Going to Rock and Who Got You, 10 from the leader. King Mufasa and Nick in front around the home turn from Doubtful Jack, and 2 lengths to More Joyous. And Nash is riding the patient race. He's just going to wait until they corner on the good mare. And 2 lengths Dow Dow, Hortensia, Wild Rouge. Now he pulls out and he hits the go button, and here's More Joyous coming after the leader. King Mufasa being joined by More Joyous. Dow Dow running a bit of a race. Look at Who Got You getting home. More Joyous hit the lead. Hoobie's a big danger. More Joyous in front. Who Got You coming at a hard. More Joyous responds and wins well. More Joyous beat Who Got You 3/4. A length and a half either Dow Dow or King Mufasa for the third. Then Wild Rouge, Hortensia, Doubtful Jack, We're Gonna Rock, RV Ennis and Sailor Gear.
What a star she is, and what a great race it was. Befitting Group 1 competition with a superstar mare trying to stall off a great galloper in Who Got You, and it went that way. She had the perfect run, entitled to win. She still wanted to change her legs. She still wanted to do things wrong. But Richie Callender's right in the middle of it. He's with Singo. We can find a camera to get the Richie.
Dow 5:30, running double paid 24.40. And the first 4, which were...
Doubtful Jack,
Well, she's a star. She's won 12 or 16, mostly at the highest level of racing, $1.50. She was the popular horse. Who Got You second again, first up. He's done that 6 times in 7 campaigns. Dow Dow, okay. We'll get the More Joy shortly, Dave. I know you're pressed for time, but just on yours, Wild Rouge, he ran well, didn't he?
He did run well.
Join us, a few things wrong in doing it.
Did that. Look, a really stylish win, 47.9. It's actually 48 second, first 800. That's solid for this class of horse. 6 outside the course record, not being more to the point. Too much class. Who Got You huge. Dow solid. King Class was quite good. And
back to Sydney onto the Queen of the Turf, and then the Doncaster, and then back down with you, Alfie, for probably the Cox Plate, I'd say.
Yeah, another tilt at that. Oh, look, she's just outstanding. She really is. And, as I said, sort of pre-race leading into the week, they were never, ever, ever going to dictate to Nash. He was never going to allow it to happen. He was switched on, did the right thing. He just made them just go to the front, come back off them, and gave it every conceivable chance. And gee, Who Got You? You've got to love him. Like, his first up form was absolutely outstanding. You feel sorry for him, don't you? Like, he ran into So You Think at, first up before. No, look, he's such a good horse. He had to cover a little bit of ground in getting back. Oh, very, very game in what Joyce did.
Yeah, not much dread there. She's, we know she's a good mare. She's a champion mare in some people's eyes. And look, as soon as she eyeballed that horse coming out of Who Got You, she went into another gear. Oh, she's a beauty. I've got to apologise to Who Got You. I think I called him a pack chaser in the press room yesterday. But after analysing him, after analysing that performance yesterday and the sectionals, it is tough because he went sensational. They come home in 33.8. He made a run before the turn, push wide. The effort was outstanding.
That must have got to become. He can apologise for himself. But if he's the best horse, she's the best racehorse in the country up to 1,600 metres. Beyond 1,600 metres, okay, you could probably put a few horses in there, give her a run for her money. Cox Plate, it's a realistic target, but I think, there would be other chances in that race. But up to 1,600 metres, I don't see her getting beaten.
Guys, there's also this...
There's the tote call. The Oakleigh Plate, typical Oakleigh Plate field, capacity and wide. Catapulted to 5.90 on the tote. Shane Chapman's going to tell us what's happening in the ring.
Sure am.
Very shortly. Undeniably, it's seven.
Now, let's have a look here. Catapulted over.
Longest price winners lately, Swiss Ace was $31.
This is going back.
Poet's Voice was 100 to 1 when it missed out.
Gleaming Waters who it was. Gleaming Waters. Gleaming Waters.
Catapulted shell scrape again fairly well. Avenue was away very quickly. Hinchinbrook might have missed the start down on the inside. Avenue, the leader, settling down from shoulder charge, driving up on the fence, and then Catapulted, reward for effort. Just off them first, Command Set for Fame out wider. Undeniably pushing up on the rail in the red cap. 3 lengths further back is Shell Scrape. Hinchinbrook, Eagle Falls, Fastest on the outside. Then Verenimus followed further back Response, and then came a long way from them towards the turn. Cardinal Virtue, Keno, General Truce, and Penapeak. Shoulder Charged and Avenue. The 2 girls lead, 400 left to go. 2 or 3 lengths in front of Set for Fame. Undeniably coming through on the inside. Further back is Catapulted. Eagle Falls pulls to the outside. Shoulder Charged on the inside, and Avenue by 2 or 3 lengths from Undeniably battling away, and then Hinchinbrook coming home well as Eagle Falls. It's Avenue and Shoulder Charge getting tied. Eagle Falls is coming at them. Avenue, Eagle Falls. He just goes right over the top, Eagle Falls, and Eagle Falls get up to win it by nearly a length to either Avenue or Hinchinbrook, who rattled home on the fence. Verenimus finished off well, and then came Undeniably, weakening late Shoulder Charged, and then Keno, Response, Shell Scrape, Penapeak, further back Cardinal Virtue, Set for Fame, followed then by Reward for Effort.
Welcome back to Group 1 glory for David Halls. It's been a tough season for David, but he produces Eagle Falls first up to David Hayes. Sorry, David Hayes. Welcome back. I forgot his name. David Hayes. Fantastic on the speed. Hinchinbrook clearly unlucky after missing the start.
First 4. With Verenimus getting into 4th. Great run from her. 114,905. Yep, 114,905.
Well, and then
Lots of good runs there in the Sporting Oakleigh Plate. Yep, we are here testing, but none better, of course, than Eagle Falls winning for David Hayes, and also Damien Ollie's first win in the race since Scalacci, and it was almost Scalacci-like.
Second fastest Oakleigh Plate ever run. So it was a really, really good effort. And in a normal year, you'd be pretty confident going into the Newmarket.
It's a bit of a different year this year, though, isn't it? There's a big black thing there.
Yeah, I think the only chance most of us could beat her would be if human nature stepped in, a bit of Mother Nature or something.
What about the handicapper?
And on to Royal Ascot for maybe the Silver Jubilee, or just campaign here in Australia. I'd love to try him at 7 furlongs. I think he could be a 7 furlong horse. He's had a wind operation, which probably restricts him running a mile.
The great thing about Trent, we all saw Hinchinbrook, we all saw Response, and how good Verenimus was, Dave.
Yeah, well spotted. 33-4 first 600. That's astonishing off a standing start. So Avenue's run enormous.
Yep.
The Shoulder Charged good. You've mentioned Verenimus. She was terrific. Was unsuited at the weights yesterday. Yeah. Response run of the day.
Full credit to David Hayes. That's a pretty good training achievement. He worked out that horse. His best form was second up. He put the blinkers on for the grand final, and he peaked him up for the big occasion. The second filly, well, she probably wins if Solar Charge is not in the race, Avenue, because that's just her go. She's one-dimensional. Go out, show the speed, and see if she can hold on. I'm convinced Response should have won that race. Yeah. I am convinced. Hinchinbrook took a run. She had plenty to offer, and I reckon she was going better than the winner at the time. The one that got away, Response. It's one to follow. It's a very, very good catapulted.
Farm, Blue Diamond Stakes to go. Of course, the favourite is for Darley, the biggest racing operation in this country, and Sepoy is the name of the horse, if you didn't know. $1.40, $1.20, $1.30, total dominant favourite. Going to run very close. If it gets to $1.40, that's your anchor odds, the shortest price favourite in the history of this race, Shane.
And the drip hasn't stopped on it. I opened him up at $1.50. That's been taken into $1.45. He was $2.20 an hour ago on the tote. He's now $1.40. What to lock in the place at $1.90. Let's have a look at some of the others. There's not many. Rock Solid at 10 at this stage. A bit unders that on the tote.
The set here today, and there's no reason on form. Well, there's no reason at all on form why it won't do it. It's been, and it's great for Patinack Farm to be associated with this race. Delago's Lad just tightens up 5 points in the ring, 26-21 with the bookmakers.
The Slick Picks boys.
Yeah, good luck to them.
Sepoy jumped away well. So did Hallowell Bell and Anave near the inside. Arctic Command got away quickly and Helping Hand away, flying near the outside, pouring the pressure on early. It's Helping Hand up on the outside of Sepoy. They're settling together a length and a half in front of Anave. Arctic Command out wider, followed closely by Atomic and Hallowell Bell. 2 lengths further back is Running Tall, being followed on the outside then by Metonymy. A length to Envious as they came up the side, and then Grand Britannia. Hold on to your horses. Masthead, Delago's Sun and Spectralite was last of all. 600 left to go. Anave got up on the inside of Sepoy. Helping Hand under pressure third. Just behind them was Atomic travelling well, and they're followed then by Arctic Command, Hallowell Bell and Running Tall getting home on the inside. Anave the leader around the home turn. Sepoy moved up to challenge now, and they're 2 or 3 lengths in front. Hallowell Bell running on fairly, and then came Atomic and Running Tall, but it is Sepoy who's bolted away now with the Blue Diamond, opening up 4 lengths. Bell running on well, but it's all Sepoy getting home hard. Masthead, but Sepoy bolted in the diamond by about 5 lengths. Hallowell Bell second, close for third. Metonymy the inside, and Masthead, who ran on strongly. Further back in the field, then on the inside. Further back in the field, then hold on to your horses. Delago's Sun got home from the tail of the field, and in the field of Atomic, and dropping right out of it. Last to finish is Helping Hand.
The dominant 2-year-old of the season turns into thoroughly dominating performance to win here in absolutely cracking time. 18.55, flew the gates, sat on the speed, gave him a spanking, and totally demoralises the best 2-year-old field they could put together in Melbourne at this time of the year. What ran second? Daylight. Hallowell Bell was good. So too was Masthead, but they're in a different league. This horse was the star of the show from start to finish this season, and he's got one job left. For you, Paul, I know this is a very satisfying moment because I think this week you felt a fair bit of pressure this week.
Yeah, look, you know, he's the best colt we've had all year, and credit to the team. I'm speechless. It's amazing.
Normally you put the horse in cotton wool. I reckon yourself was in cotton wool the past week or so. You just wanted to make sure everything was bang on.
That's it. You know, when he jumped today, that was all we could do. So hopefully we got away well, and the rest is history.
Great stuff, Bob. Enjoy it.
Thanks, Bob.
Paul Snowden.
An interview this morning. Yeah, he's a good track worker. But race day he pulls out more and more, and he's really surprised me how good he is.
He's going to go out for a couple of weeks now, and he'll improve again. I mean, he wins by 5 lengths, and he's pricking his ears at the end of it. You know, like the others would.
Kevin, your first race ride on this outstanding 2-year-old. What a horse!
Yeah, he's he's come here again and blown him away. So 3 for 3 this time in. He's won all the lead ups and now the main one. So yeah, it was a job well done by everyone.
No doubt, but exciting.
Quarter lengths, 108.55. The not far outside the record, 34.30. Colt by Elusive Quality. And what do you think?
I could watch it all day, Rich. Watched through the run. He was a touch keen early, which he isn't normally, but it was in our mind putting it to ride him positive. And I said to Kieran, whatever you do, don't let him get any further back than fourth, because it's just a race where there's probably 4 genuine chances and the rest were still immature green horses. So we need to have him positive. And not knowing him, he probably gave him one squeeze. That's probably where he's at. But to win as easy as he did and put a gap in him as quick as he did, that blew me away. Yeah. He'll go Monday night. He'll travel to Sydney. He'll go to our farm out at Agnes Banks, and he'll have an easy 4 or 5 days out there. And I'll have a look at him just to see how he travels up and how he pulls up. The beauty about this is we've got 5.
Okay, they say it takes a good horse to win the Blue Diamond Golden Slipper double. I say stop the fight. It's all over.
All over already?
Yep.
Who rode it to victory in Kieran McAvoy.
Perfect style for a top-class 2-year-old.
Yeah, that's right. It is. It makes it so much easier when they can get up there out of trouble, cruise on that good speed, and then have a kick.
Karen, have you ridden a better 2-year-old?
I don't think so, Ron. No, he's probably haven't ridden many outstanding ones, but he's definitely right up there and on top of my list.
He doesn't have many chinks in his armour, Kieran. He's able to sit on the speed. He's able to do. You can put him wherever you want to put him, and he doesn't seem to over race, and he seems to kick when you want. The only thing I could see with him was just behind the gates. I was watching him before he went into the gates. He stacked on a bit of an act. Has he got a bit of attitude like that?
No, he's pretty good. There was actually a train went by just before we were loaded in.
Just an observation as far as the horse is concerned personally. Look,
horses that can sit on the speed and sprint away like that as 2-year-olds, they're a rare breed. You know, Luskin Star did it, Bounding Away did it, Bint Masque could do it. They don't win slippers, they bolt in
You
slippers.
can't beat him. If they turn up on the day,
well,
you can't beat
he's
them.
run 1-8 something, sitting
Yeah.
on the front, pressured a little, and sprinting away, so arrogant. That
Well,
is
what
just...
Karen says is right. If they turn up on the day, if you got them right on the day, you can't beat those horses in a slipper.
Kieran, this Blue Diamond, I know it's been...
And also jockey Huey motivated yesterday by the performance of Sepoy. As low as 310 now with Sporting Bet. It was 350 yesterday after the Diamond that sat in the shoes. Clear second pick at $8. As we keep saying week to week, Rich, a lot of 11 minutes to go before the running of the Group 2 St George Stakes. A vital lead up for these horses heading on to the Australian Cup. There's your tote call. Just short the tote and Heart of Dreams. Even money on the tote. $2 in, $2.30.
He comes back into 250. He's going to be a short pro. Heart of Dreams.
Heart of Dreams does look his race. Just cover
Crowd. I mean, he'll keep his original fitness anyway. He won't sort of get away on them too much.
Heart of Dreams jumps nice and evenly with them on the outside. Lord Pyrus away quickly ahead of Spacecraft, finding the lead, and Gingadood's up there. Now Heart of Dreams kicks forward out wider, and they're followed by Precedence. But as they settle down now, it's Lord Pyrus, Heart of Dreams at the 1,400 metres. He moved up into second placing. He's got up there reasonably quickly. So it's Lord Pyrus from Heart of Dreams. He just wants to over-race a bit on Oliver, though. 3 lengths clear from Spacecraft, Precedence. Rebel Soldier improving his place around the outside, and then Gingadood as Heart of Dreams charges into the lead up the hill. Gee, spent some juice doing that. Last as Windshear. So Heart of Dreams at the 1,000 metres, fired right up today. He leads by 3 lengths to Lord Pyrus, 2 lengths to Spacecraft. Precedence over on the inside of Rebel Soldier. Gingadood was next, and 2 lengths further back as Hanks, and then Shocking the outside is about 8 or 9 from the leader, and behind him is Linton as they came up the side of the course. 800 metres left to go. Then Faint Perfume, Speed Gifted Mudra, and Windshear 2 lengths away. Heart of Dreams the leader, 600 left to go. 1.5 lengths Lord Pyrus stalking him, and 2 lengths away Spacecraft, Precedence, and then Gingadood. Rebel Soldier under pressure, and then Hanks and Faint Perfume and Shocking starting to thread the needle. As they swept to the home turn, Heart of Dreams kicked away on Lord Pyrus. He's going to corner with a good lead. He's done some work. Can he keep going? Heart of Dreams out by 3 lengths now. Spacecraft running on, followed by Lord Pyrus, Precedence, and then Gingadood. But Heart of Dreams, 150 to go. Still 2 or 3 on Lord Pyrus, and then Gingadood finishing well. Heart of Dreams is clear from Precedence, getting up on the inside, and Heart of Dreams, he's too good for them. Heart of Dreams by a little over 2 lengths to Precedence. Photo third Spacecraft and Gingadood together from Lord Pyrus, and then Shocking Mudra. Linton out wider, followed by Windshear, Hanks.
We might have had a few concerns when he seemed to be charging mid-race there, but he's brained them here. Heart of Dreams, he was a bit keen, but he was too good. He absolutely towers them in 1:48.80.
Pretty excited to Brenton Abdallah and Graham and Sue Begg as well. And the Beg, pretty excited to Brenton Abdallah and Graham and Sue Begg as well. And the Millie.
Today for sure, Heart of Dreams. He now obviously has to take the step to run 2,000 metres and prove it at Wait for Age, but he goes there in good form. Dave, your sectional times here will tell you most of these ran well. It was a bit of a case of the Orr Stakes revisited at 9 furlongs.
Well, exactly right. I mean, it was Heart of Dreams' race, absolutely, because he was sort of third up. He peaked third up. Every other horse in the race was either a stayer resuming or unsuited at Wait for Age, weren't they? So it was his race. He did a bit wrong, but led 50.1, first 800, too good.
Yeah, Linton and okay, but
good enough. Yeah, look, that was his race, Heart of Dreams. He 1,800 at home. He just struggles when he gets to 2,000. Heart in the mouth stuff when he bolted in front there, but he rallied and pulled out plenty. Good luck to him. As far as the Australian Cup's concerned, I don't know.
You know, that race, to me, that race is one Wait for Age horse versus a team of handicappers. And I think at this stage, the rest of them behind Heart of Dreams, you put a Wait for Age horse in against handicappers on his home track when he's right, you just beat him 99 times out of 100.
Yes.